best friend. And I've been here, I know the story ends. With broken hearts and us playing pretend. Break me down, down. Break me down. Break me down, down. Break me time to take a chance to fly. Feeling like I'm 10 feet high. Nightmares call, you can't deny. Better find a place to hide.
And welcome everybody. Welcome to MEC. Today we got the lower bracket semifinals, day 6, week 3, and today I'm also casting along the one of the best casters ever, your boy Kronos. Hello Kronos.
Hey, thank you so much, Hockey. I mean, you don't have to say that much, but what a wonderful, warm introduction, folks. We are here, like you heard it, from the man himself. We are in MEC Season 3, lower brackets, and it's going to get exciting right now. And Hockey, tell us the matchup we have for today.
Then we have Opertum versus Light Cavalry here on the lower bracket semifinals, and a match right after that we have Method Black versus Centauri Qeon, and I'm also looking forward for both matches. They're pretty interesting to look at. What are your opinions on this, Kronos?
I mean, for the matches today, I would say they're probably a long-awaited matches. Pretty exciting indeed. And for the MEC Season 3, it's, reaching that penultimate point where you're starting to hit the peak, Teams are starting to hit their peak soon enough. The competition is getting tighter and tighter. The prize is up for grabs, and everyone can just feel it. It's within their grasp. It's about who has that hunger, who has that passion, who has the energy to go and grab it. Grab it with both hands, saying, hey, this is mine. This MEC Season 3 belongs to us. We are going to write history and make sure we are here as Europe's top team. And now it boils down to how these teams will make it to that point, because it's the lower bracket it's the lower bracket matches, and if you are out, you're out. So I think this match is going to be a little tight for both teams, and Light Cavalry and Opertum, I think they got a show to put for us, especially in this best of 3, right, Hockey?
Yeah, I agree here. They have to play on their top performance today. No little mistakes must not pass by here, because you're not playing against an easy team, as well playing a team on an equal level, and this is something you want to watch out for. There's the predictions for the first match here for Opertum and Light Cavalry here, as you can clearly see. And I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, this is one match that I've been actually looking forward to, seeing both teams, casting both teams, know that they're both right now are on equal level. And I don't know, I think like this is gonna be a really tough and tense match.
It's gonna be tough and intense for sure, but Hockey, you know what else is tough and intense? if everybody just takes a look a little above the screen of hockey, right? Hockey's name is right there. If you look above, you're gonna see MEC Season 3, and then it's gonna shift to MESL. That's gonna be coming up soon, folks. Don't forget the MESL is coming to you right on the cards. And about that, you want more information about that, just join the Discord to make sure to stay updated with all those announcements. But for now, we're straight heading into the draft hockey. Opertum on the blue side, like Cavalry on the red. And look at those names, loud and proud. They are shining. Lalo, Wicked, Meng, Tiso, Shan from the side of Opertum. And like Cavalry have Pem, Allen, Kreve, Laito, and Gap. And I think at this point, we want to see them gap certain roles, and we want to see those flashy picks come up. But the Fanny.
We've seen the Fanny band coming through already, and there's a Roger from the side of Light Cavalry, and now they're going in fast and heavy with the bands going in, focusing as well. And this is, like I said, this is gonna be a super intense matchup here. I mean, you've already seen starting the focus band already. We've seen them Roger. This is pretty quick bands. Both teams have studied each other, as we can clearly tell here, and this is gonna get really interesting really quick right now. So let's see now the second band coming in from the side of Opertum, and it'll be, I'm probably gonna guess it's a mage though, or maybe even taking out like a chip or something that they're not comfortable with.
Yeah, I agree, and you know, I want to highlight something, right? Hockey. I want to highlight the fact that some of the top tier picks right now in the meta is Roger and Ling. And if you ask people about the Fredrin that used to dominate the jungle earlier, yes, he used to, but the mantle has been passed on right now. It's going to be Roger and Ling that's going to be taking up that role of being the king in the jungle, along with Fanny. But Fanny still, you know, it doesn't feel so right unless put in the right hands. But at the moment, the Roger, Ling, kings of the jungle being banned out instantly. We got a little glimpse of them in the MSC wildcard. We got a glimpse of them in the past few games in the of MEC as well. But right now, the Angela being taken off hockey. Oh my god.
I mean, we've seen the Angela band from time to time, and we both clearly know that when Angela is played in a really coordinated team, I think she is one of the best supports you could possibly have on the team, better than anyone on the team at this point. But now we've seen, like we are seeing from Opertum, fast rotational picks incoming, junglers especially, right? Fanny, Ling, we might see another one, maybe even Chip or Lu Yi, it depends, right? Maybe even Minotaur. I know they sometimes like to ban Minotaur first, so they can like not give it a second pick comfortably, right? But at the same time, also applies for Light Cavalry, taking out the heavy stuff that you want to leave first. We know Roger can be taken first, you know Angela can be taken first, you know so many other heroes is going to be taken, but the Valentina instead, an unexpected ban coming here from Opertum, and I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect the Valentina to be banned whatsoever.
I mean, that forces the Faramis ban on the other side, hockey, because if you pick up if you ban out the Valentina, that means you want to pick up the Faramis, have that Nether Realm to actually provide an extra bit of sustain to dive into these team fights and actually brawl when they get into the Land of Dawn. So I think they're trying to force out a Faramis ban from Light Cavalry, maybe possibly pick up the Chip, the Louis, or the Herod themselves, like you just mentioned earlier. So at this point, I think they're putting Light Cavalry in a tough position. So good strategy coming out from Opertum, but I think this kind of leaves open a lot of things. But the Matilda was available as well, but they take that out, and now the draft is left wide open, and it all comes down to what they're willing to trade. Will Opertum take that big power pick and give away 2 power picks, or are they looking to just throw a big curveball and pick up the Faramis as the first one?
I mean, we have no idea yet. I mean, you've seen the Valentina. I do agree with you. They could go for a Faramis, but they could also go for a power pick or maybe an unexpected given away pick. But there it is, the Minotaur coming in as a first pick, a really good pick against Chip. Not only that, but since they don't have Valentina, they can't really mimic that, and the best way they can probably play around that is to have to counter engage tank like a Grok or maybe even a Diggy, which is I think most unlikely you might see here. And I mean, it's a smart pick. I would say it's a smart pick because Minotaur is also considered to be one of the best matchups against a Chip, and that really limits the picks for Light Cavalry here. Now they need to think this through, like, they got a Minotaur, we can't really go for the Chip here, so let's see what we can play around it. And the Hearth pick coming in from the side of Light Cavalry, I think that was a kind of unexpected here. Hearth is pretty good against tanks in general when it comes to late game stages, true damage, and the Fredrin coming through as well.
I like the Minotaur. The Minotaur actually provides a lot, right? And you couldn't have said it any better. He is a straight up counter to the chip, especially when he uses that shortcut to get into, to try and dive and create an imbalance in the team fight. So it kind of now brings that to the table. And like you mentioned, the Fredra and the Herod gone on the other side, the Claude coming in to provide that extra bit of mobility, the macro play, and the Faramis that I was mentioning earlier, Hockey. They wanted to pick it up. You banned the Valentina for that purpose, and now they have the Nether Realm. They've taken the counter to the Nether Realm in the form of the Blazing Duet. They have the engage, the disengage with the Minoan Fury, and they have the heal with the Motivational Aurora as well. So now they can go for the tanky route as well as the assassin route in the jungle. Leaves things open for them, and like Cavalry really need to respond right now with this third pick. You want to make a statement, and maybe the statement is made. They have the Farsa.
The Farsa has actually proven itself time to time to be such a good pick, such a heavy pick, and to see for Light Cavalry to reply with the Farsa, that's actually a pretty smart pick because you're able to keep distance, disrupt the Nether Realm, and at the same time have more distance on the Claude, making sure that he doesn't participate early on in the fight. But now, not only that, but now it comes to the execution of the team fight, because now you have a Fredrin who needs to perfectly time his knockup for the Claude. You have the Herald who's supposed to be able to have an engage against the Minotaur and the Faramis here, so it's kind of a tricky draft between both sides, right? They're playing for against each other as expected here, and it comes down to execution at this point. Though it may look in the favor of Opertum since they have the more dominant picks, the heavier picks on their side. At the same time, the team play that could come from Light Cavalry could change the tide of things.
Yeah, and like just like I was mentioning, they could go for a tanky route as well as the assassin route. They ban out the Bakshi on one side and the Grok on the other. So they're looking to make sure this Claude is able to scale really well, and they don't want the Minotaur to lose out on the early game presence in the river to the Grok. So I understand the ban, and the fast rotation from Bakshi is just going to be a problem. I'm still doubting why people don't trust the Bakshi enough. Yes, the Bakshi was a bad pick previously before the patch came in, right? Hockey, we were discussing this about this just before we got into the game, we got into the cast today, and we were discussing the top jungler right now, the tank jungle is Bakshi without a doubt, and I agree that you mentioned that and we both are on the same page there, and for a certain reason, because he provides so much fast rotation. He's a little more tankier than Fredrin in the current moment, and he provides a lot of utility in this current patch. So definitely you want to have Bakshi instead. Yes, he was counterable a lot earlier, but now Fredrin is just not the guy anymore. Yes, you look all cool like a Giga Chad, but you're not that guy. You're not him, bro. You gotta understand that. But teams are not picking up that yet because they've not seen any of the pro teams play. Maybe they're tried in the ranked games, that's why it works. But for now, we see the Terizla being taken off the table. Understandable, because you want the Farsa to have free reign and not be dove upon. But at the same time, the Yu Zhong is still left open, so maybe they're okay with it. The Arlot being taken off the table just to adjust their positioning. Maybe they don't want to go through that Opertum, and now again a lot left on the cards. They can go for the Kaja here like Cavalry, unless they're thinking of in the lines of maybe a Florin. I don't know, I don't like to see it, but I can see them going down that route.
I mean, recently I've also seen like a Rafaela draft coming through, even though both games from yesterday we've seen Rafaela. It didn't really work out, but there is a chance, with the Rafaela and the Fredrin, since Fredrin also relies a little bit on the movement speed that he needs. But once again, like I said, Florin is a way much better pick with a Bloom that is almost anti-healable. It's a pretty amazing, and they could still go for like the tank roam route and have a pretty aggressive comp from there, or maybe even go for something disruptive, right? And they still have so many. I mean, the Yuzon coming in. We expected the Yuzon coming in pick here since they banned Terizla,
Yeah.
but once again, there are many counter picks still, many good matchup against Yuzons, and that include heroes like Lapu Lapu, Khalid, and Benedetta. And we've seen those matchups several times. We've even seen Benedetta dominating the Yuzon several times. We've seen Khalid out rotating that. So there is many other options on the table for the XP that could be proven more dangerous than actually Terizla in this situation, I would say.
Yeah, and the Yuzhong is there, but the Alpha coming out. Oh, that is some spicy stuff from Opertum eSports. Indeed, hockey. We're gonna see Sean here going in with the Alpha. I think this is the Alpha in the jungle, but the Benedetta even
There
more
it is!
spicy. Oh,
There it is, the Benedetta. I know Tisu will pull out something like this. There it is, the Benedetta coming in from Tisu. I love this man's Benedetta and the Alpha just to add the cherry on the cake over here. And Opertum draft is looking heavy, and now we're gonna see the last pick coming in from Light Cavalry. This is where it all ends. This is where the cherry on the top for the Light Cavalry come with. This is where they reply, and let's see
Aja.
what they're gonna go with. I mean,
I mean,
Kaja
you
or
can go for the Kaja would be absolutely insane, right? Just you counter so many things, but at the same time you get countered yourself because there's too many opportunities, too many opponents to grab onto. And I think Chip, they'll be looking at it, but not the right route. They go for the Carmilla instead, the AOE coming out with the Curse of Blood to make sure something can go down in the land of hockey. This is looking spicy for a game one. What do you think, Opertum, or you got the other side like Cavalry?
I can't even vote. Both teams are amazing, but I have to side with Opertum draft here. I think I personally enjoy Opertum's draft way more. But once again, knowing Light Cavalry, knowing how they play, I still have doubts, about Opertum's draft from the team play. We've seen Light Cavalry time and time playing really amazing, having an amazing focus. So I can't even have a vote on this match, on this specific match. I think it all just comes down from the team play from both of these teams, the execution coming from both of these teams.
Hockey, you're playing it too safe. You gotta call which is your favorite team, and right now I'm liking Light Cavalry because, folks, we're going straight into the Land of Dawn for game number one of this best of three series. Opertum eSports on the blue side, Light Cavalry on the red. Best of three hockey. We gotta get down and dirty in this one. Who do you think is gonna come out on top? I got Light Cavalry. You got Opertum. Let's rock and roll.
Yep, let's see, we have the mid lane, starting here fresh, going for the both in, but you have the more poke coming in action from Krieg, that's the advantage of the Forza. She does have poke, even though Fermis does have more poke. I think Forza's damage overall from early to late is just, I don't know, a bit too high from apart from most mages, and from the XP there, you can see actually Jisoo almost being frozen, or is being frozen.
I mean, yeah, understandably, he tried to do a little bit too early, but got caught by Lito in the EXP lane, and I think this Benedetta got a little overconfident. Tiso did. They both have the Petrify not being used yet, so kind of biting the bullet in that one, and Krieg as well, getting Lolo quite low, so the upper hand in the rotation should be on the side of Light Cavalry, and look at that, Tiso, eye for an eye too, Hockey. He's trying to make something happen, but, he's being zoned out.
He can't, he's trying to force so much on that minion. He could have recalled and came back, but I think he just doesn't want to lose the farm overall. And unfortunately for Tisu, we might even miss the level 4 for the first turtle here. And you can judge from the rotation, I think Light Cavalry are going in for the gank here. He does have the energy eruption, but does not get any stacks, unfortunately. The level 4 on the friend, there it is, the level 4 rotation coming from Krieg and Lito.
Oh yeah, level 4 indeed. Rap Fafnir, like you said, he has the eruption available. Crystal energy is what he needs to make it drop that big Appraiser's Wrath. Yes, it has been nerfed quite a bit, but at the same time, you have the support coming in from the rest of your team. The turtle is up, and these guys are hungry. 3-man rotation up top, and Lito's the one to go. He got the Furious Dive, but he gets caught in the Alpha Charge, and there's the big feathered airstrike. First blood, Tiso's the first one to fall, and look at Light Cavalry marching down towards the turtle to pick it up for themselves.
But it's still going on. The Black Dragon form coming in. They see outside of Lulo, and they're still looking for more. I think this is a Black Dragon form just for vision. And there it is. He finds Qeon, but Qeon, does he have time to get out? He is stunned. The Spear Alpha to get out. Another realm coming through, but it's still taken out by Lito. The Curse Blood coming in from Pam just to apply CC overall. And this is not looking too good for the side of Opertum, as Light Cavalry not only dominate the top lane, the turtle, but also their side of the jungle, the blue buff, and the Krieg with the feather, the strike, still looking for Mang here. But
what?
What a play coming from Mankey here, and the flicker taken up by Krieg.
Yeah, I was close for comfort. Krieg, I thought he's gonna go for the Purify, goes for the Flicker instead. Forgot to check that. And I think that was a cheeky play. He tried with that feathered airstrike, got caught by the Shadow Stampede from Meng, and then was forced to flicker out. But meanwhile, the gold lane, you see the Blazing Duet being used to chunk Allen down low, but Pem with the right rotation coming in. And again, that fight hockey, the Black Dragon went in, they used the Nether Realm as well, but still not able to survive, and making the most of the opportunity was Light Cavalry, who kill score 2-0 right now.
Yeah, like I've just been applying constant pressure, and there's a Monument Fury coming in with the Spear of Alpha, but the Purify, the CC Immune coming in from Pem, and they're still looking for more. There's a character
What?
blood, and Qeon is also taken out once
Oh my
again.
god.
The Zaman Force, it's too much for now. That they're behind almost like. I mean, to be fair, even though Opertum is behind, they're still keeping up in farm. But the fight-wise, it's not going the best of them.
Oh,
Research coming in,
praise.
and there's the Appraiser's Wrath, almost taken out, but another realm just in time, just to save his team and himself.
Yeah, and I think at this point, you know, they're baiting out the Netherrealm so much from Meng. It has a really long cooldown, so they need to find a way to make things happen, especially Qeon here on the Alpha. He uses the Spear of Alpha to go in, but at the same time, he gets he gets CC'd, he gets chain CC'd by the rest of the team of Light Cavalry, and he just get instantly burst down with the Feathered Airstrike along with that big Appraiser's Wrath, and then with the Warcry, he's not able to make the most out of the emblem as well, and I think this is where they need to start applying some pressure. Yes, they've given away a 2k goal lead, but this should be the turtle that makes the difference. And it all comes down to Tiso, if he's able to dive into the backline or not. But meanwhile, the Black Dragon coming out, Hockey.
There it is, a Black Down form just for vision. Once again, this could be the same as last situation. The retribution coming from Rap, taking in the turtle, and it thinks things are gonna calm down as Lulu is caught in Curse of Blood, but nothing happened. And there's a Monument Fury with the 3-man. The follow-up coming in, the final slash coming in from Tiso, the Electro final blow, and they're just wiping the fight completely, 3-0. But meanwhile, they also take the turtle and Blazing Duet. I think they're looking for a mid push early, or never mind.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get a push, but not able to do so. Meanwhile, top lane, Tiso and Qeon here, they are pushing that top lane tier 1 turret to get something for themselves. And what a good way to make some sort of a comeback indeed was Team Opertum eSports. They did get Light though, they did get Pem, and they got Rap Fafnir in the process as well. So good trade for them. Just as I was saying, Hockey, they need to make something happen, and they did, and they've evened that goal lead.
Yeah, that's pretty good for the side of Opertum. They were able to change things back. We thought Light Cavalry got dominate all the way through, but that one fight alone managed to put them back into the game, and now we might see a completely different game now from the early game. And looks like something is cooking here on the gold side. I mean, you have the side of Light Cavalry here preparing for something, maybe even for a dive. So yeah, you should take it up from here, Chronos.
Yeah, and look at that. At the moment, we want to see what's going to go down, right, Hockey? That's true. Like, at the moment, we're seeing 50-50 come out, but that's not a 50-50. That's a big feathered airstrike that's being dropped down. Tiso going to go in with the final blow, even use the Petrify, but guess who gets caught? Lalo is the one, and he goes for the Minon Fury just to ensure that they don't dive, the disengage right on point, especially with the turtle coming up, and now they focus their attention on towards the goal lane, and this Claude not feeling so safe at the moment. He's got to get away like a thief in the night. But will he be able to do it? He senses that, and he gets out of harm's way.
Or does he?
Oh, look at that blazing duet.
But the Zaman Force coming in from and the Feather Airstrike, but there it is, Lolo with a disruption, and Qeon from the backline, there it is the Spear of Alpha. Rap might be in trouble, everyone managed to escape on time, and there's a pretty good counter engage coming from Turtle, still going for more, the Purify coming from Pam, but is it enough for him to get out? And it is Qeon of the Melt with the Black Dragon form coming in from the back line just to clear things up over here, is able to not even get on here, unfortunately for Light, who does get the fairness, but he's
ooh, Tiso
coming in, but the retribution coming in from Rap and still going for more. The Zaman Force, Laito still wants more blood, still wants more stacks, but unfortunately will have to come to an end here. But on the other side, look at the top lane. I mean, Wicked, really amazing awareness coming from Wicked here. He knows that he should swap instead and do a counter push on the top lane.
Yeah, Wicked should be looking at that right now, and that's what he was doing as Tiso was able to clear down bot as well. So able to save themselves from having or taking too much damage. While Rap did pick up the turtle, they did try to get something back, and Tiso made a really great play. He went in with that Electro final blow on towards the turtle, tried to steal it and create a zone for the rest of his team to separate the front of the back line. But look, speaking of separation, Wicked got separated, and there it is, the big Curse of Blood. The Zaman Forces drop along with the Appraiser's Wrath. Make that a double kill. They get 3 in the process, and right now, just as we were saying, Opertum was going to make a comeback. Light Cavalry shut their hopes down and break every kind of spirit that they have on the other side, just to force Qeon all the way back, and the Feathered Airstrike to add insult to injury as well. Looks like Cavalry want to dominate this game, put it on a show for us. Meanwhile, on the top side, Allen just using the Chrono Dash to get that turret from the Zaman Force as well. Good play coming from Light Cavalry, Hockey.
I agree here. Pretty good counter. I mean, they were able to see Wicked out of position. They were able to catch it just in time. Well played by Pem here, knowing that he should go for the BMI instead. But now Tiso looks like he's in trouble. He has to retreat here, leave the tower, but it's taken out instantly by Ravelry and Laito as well. And that is pretty unfortunate for Tiso here. I'm gonna be honest, he caught off guard, wasn't even able to immune on time because he still took way more damage even after the immune. And this is not looking pretty well for the side of Opertum eSports. Positioning. There's the coming in, but the Spear of Alpha, the Body Fury getting a 4-man, the 7-4 coming in from Allen, Chrono Dash is going in left and right, and there is Immune coming in, the CZ Immune, the Purify coming from Wicked to retreat. But now, like Cavalry dominating the fight over and over now, this doesn't look way too good for the side of Opertum. And objective-wise, I mean, you've seen Light Cavalry just been dominating the game objectively.
Yeah, neutral objectives left, right, and center, right, for the side of Light Cavalry. And I think on the center of it is Rap Fafnir on this. Oh, never mind, Fredrin, I was going to say it, but the Feathered Airstrike. Grieve just stealing the show. Get the spotlight on that man right now, because he is shining bright like a diamond with this Farsa, this bird flying around and actually dealing the most damage. I definitely think that's the most damage dealt in the mid lane so far in this competition, because he's bombarding the team of Opertum eSports with that Feathered Airstrike, and they can't really do anything about it. But right now, Allen gets caught Shadow Stampede, but Feathered Airstrike once again just zoned them away. Hockey, beautifully played by Creeve on this Farsa.
And looks like they will get a mid lane there with the Chrono Dash coming in from Allen. There's a Curse of Blood, Mount Fury coming in from Lolo, and the Spear of Alpha to retreat from GM, but unfortunately they still lose one. They lost Meng, their important mate. But this is what I said early on, right? The damage from Farsa generally, even if it's not as much, it's the damage that she still pulls out is way more than any other mage you currently know of right now. Tiso on the other hand is taken out by Pem here, getting melted by the Chrono Dashes coming in from Allen, and they're still going with the Black Dragon form, going in and taken up from here, Chrono.
Yeah, look at that. They're going in. They get the top lane inhibitor. The Zaman Force was dropped down, but here they're able to make the most out of the opportunity with that Lord coming in. And right now, Rap Fafnir right in the center of it, while Creeve is the one dishing the damage out from behind. And I think we were, they're proving us wrong, Hockey. We said that he is not him, right? Fredrin is not the guy. He's not the king of the jungle anymore, but by no means is he weak. He's just not what he used to be. He still is amazing. He's just, we know the expectation set for Fredrin is so high, so anything lower than that kind of questions us, and that's what we've been seeing in the meta so far. But Rap Fafnir just proving us wrong, telling us that it's not the hero, guys. It's the player that's playing it. So maybe we're missing out on something, but I don't think so. I just think Fredrin is still he's not that guy anymore, but he's doing an amazing job indeed.
I agree with you. I mean, knowing Rap, I've casted Rap over and over. I know he's an amazing jungle player. Seeing him on the Fredrin, it's not new to me. He's been an amazing Fredrin player. Even though the hero's not as strong, the player himself is still as strong as ever and is probably at his prime right now.
Yeah, he's not in his prime. Agreed. He's not in his prime. He's like the one that's fallen off, but at the same time, he is there. It's not like you can underestimate him. He's still there. He gets the job done, but he's not what he used to be. There are plenty of junglers that are kind of better than Fredrin at the moment, but it's okay. He's not. Yeah. He's not. How do I say? He's not 5-star. He's probably like 4.5-star right now.
He's still up there, usable, because with the right team play, I think Fredrin is pretty amazing just to be, I think it's just, what makes Fredrin still valid is just the amount of mass CC that he can still has. And, those little CCs and the energy eruption that Fredrin has is just, I think, what makes him valid into this current meta. Because it's pretty disruptive, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is pretty disruptive. And look at the Lord they're getting. The Lord instantly at the moment are like Cavalry, and I think they're going to press the advantage, Hockey. They got the Luminous Lord this time, and in the thick of it is Grieve, and they're going to wait for the opportunity to put that big Feathered Airstrike, and I think it comes down to Wicked here. He's the one that's supposed to be diving into the backline with the BMI Blazing Duet to catch the Farsa. Creve, but I think he might have already bought the Winter Crown. So it's a 50-50 situation. We see the Divine Glaive going in, so he's going to be hurting a lot more. The Blood Wings, the Glowing Wand, Lightning Truncheon, Divine Glaive. Oh my god, talk about damage. If that's not what damage is, I don't know what else is. Because he got me scared, bro. I'm not even playing the game.
There it is, a feathered airstrike as we speak. My man is fighting to one-shot not even the people but the game itself.
Ooh.
And there it is, a Curse of Blood coming into the Nether Realm, followed up by the Mang, but this is enough to save the team. And the Monifury to flicker the backline, and there it is, able to catch Pam and Lighto at the same time, taking out double kill coming in from Wicked. But this is enough, and I think this is just a solid defense. There's a shutdown on Allen coming in from Tiso, and I gotta say, despite losing all inhibitors, they still managed to pull out a really solid defense and got 3 in the meanwhile.
I mean, I think it was a scrappy fight from Light Cavalry, but did Opertum really come out on top? Yes, they were able to. Never mind, Light. Oh my God, they're trying Lalo. Sorry, he's trying to do something, make it engage, but he gets caught with the feathered airstrike. What is a lonely Minotaur gonna do against a Farsa that's gonna be flying around in the air? So I mean, it's just. You know, it's just such a difference maker in terms of mobility when it comes to these team fights. Because let's be honest, Hockey, we've been seeing Creve pop the feather airstrike quite easily without having any sort of disruption coming in from a safe distance as well. And Wicked is the only one that can possibly catch him. Yes, Tiso can, but Tiso using the Electro Final Blow to zone the front of the back line to make sure he can create a separation between Rapfafnir and Creve. But that separation is covered up instantly by the feather airstrike. So he needs to start focusing on towards Creve and make sure Creve is having a hard time. You know, he should be looking left, right, and center. He should be thinking about, should I even pop the feather airstrike or should I not? He should be questioning himself. And I think Tiso hasn't really got to that part yet. He's been trying, but it's just too much on the plate for him to actually get to. And it all comes down to Wicked at the moment. Once again, he got a double kill earlier. Will he be able to make the most of it once again in this situation? Because let's be honest, Taki, you just see the base crystal exposed, and with the Lord coming up, they gotta contest for it. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be GG, well played for them.
I agree, but the thing is, talking about Tiso making the game hard for Creve, that's I think like he could, but at the same time it's pretty hard because knowing, like, you see Creve getting backed up by Pam, you see Creve as like he's always next to the tanks, right? It's pretty difficult to get by them if you want to go only for Creve, and even if you manage to do that, you're probably wasting a lot of like time and the space that you usually create, and this could lead to a really messy fight. But once again, even if it's a messy fight at this point, I think it would still land on the side of Opertum if they manage to get a creep. But once again, we don't know. They need to find creep first. So the feather strike coming in. I mean, they don't have the Benedetta, the Flecker backwards coming in, and the Nether.
Oh my God!
There it is, the use on Light was taken out instantly by Wicked, melted in the middle of the air, and now looks like Opertum is looking to pressure forward, still go in for the fight. As you can see, Mank here being way too aggressive, and they look like they want to go in for the lore dance. They want to take the position here for the lore and secure for themselves, but what's holding them back right now is the wave management, and they gotta also take care of the waves.
Hockey, we saw how this Black Dragon Lighto flying in the air just to try and zone them away, and next thing you know, he's not seeing light, he's seeing darkness because he just got instantly burst down. And it wasn't just Wicked who did the damage, it came from Meng. Yes, Faramis is a support, but the damage he was dishing out is quite like this feathered airstrike where Pem gets caught. He tries to use the Curse of Blood, but meanwhile the back line, the Blazing Duet comes out. Not enough though, he gets one, but takes everybody down in the process. As Xian is the next one to fall. Tiso trying to do as much as he can. Rapfafnir, Immortality's pop, they go on towards Creve. Winter Crown is there to save the day, but here comes Lighto once again with the Black Dragon form to zone them away as the Lord is marching down the mid lane, the Luminous Lord, and they need to focus their attention in order to defend. And what a team fight coming out, and Opertum making the most out of it, buying more time for themselves, while like Cavalry, Creve gets shut down with that big dash coming in from Tiso, finally making most of the opportunity, and they should be able to clear this Lord quite easily.
They should. What a team play. What a fight coming in from Opertum. They did lose one, but they got two. Not only two, but later on they got three, and they managed to take out Creve that they've been longing to get. And there it is. They finally get it thanks to Stiso. And now this changes the tide of things. Now this is where Opertum are able to apply pressure. They just need to manage the wave first, and then they're able to take over the map. And I would say this is pretty well played, not only from Tiso but from the rest of the team as well. And the damage now coming in from Meng just makes this way more dangerous. Now Light Cavalry need to start watching out. They can't be too confident. I mean, you've seen Light
Ooh,
getting
Lighto.
melted, and there it is once again with another among free coming in from Lolo, talking out the whole team. The Curse of Blood doesn't even have an effect anymore, unfortunately, from Pem, but Tiso on the other hand might be taken out. There's the CCMU coming in and the blazing duet with the BMI in the back line. Wicked, way too close, is taken out here. I think, yeah, there it is, but the
Triple
kill coming in with the Spear of Alpha coming from Qeon, but never mind, the Praise of Rat here to shut things down, and this is gonna be a 4 kill. There it is, the shutdown going in for Qeon, and this could potentially be a comeback.
I mean, it's a comeback is on the cards, right? Definitely, because Opertum eSports, they're playing to their outs. And just while we were trying to break down all these team fights, saying Wicked's got to go to the back line, Tiso's kind of got to get Creve, and that's what they've been doing. And also, like Cavalry, allowing them to do that, giving them the opportunity, just like what's happening right now. Lighto got melted instantly. That's a full 5-man wipeout, and Opertum eSports making the most of the opportunity with this cannon minion. A lot of wind talkers and they're able to hit the base. Oh my god, what a way to end the game.
What a game. What a game coming from. I did not expect that at all. The comeback, the team plays, that is insane. What a game. I didn't expect this to happen.
I mean, like Cavalry dominated the full game. They dominated a 95% of the game, but it came down towards the end, the late game, where they had to finish. They even had a Forester who was doing such crazy damage going in for the siege. And Fafnir was creating such a difference as well with this Fredrin. And I think in the end, it just came out of the fact that they have this Nether Realm that proved to be too much for them to deal with, along with the motivational roar coming in from the Minotaur, and that allowed them to extend these team fights further and further. And also the true damage coming from Qeon just making a big difference, and the Curse of Blood was basically negated, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, the Curse of Blood in that fight was just negated fully. They know that, now they know they're able to engage, they take a fight, and to be honest, the triple kill coming in from Qeon just sealed the deal for Opertum there. They were able to just push right after, end the game, and the Yuzong, like, he wasn't even able to tank any damage. You've seen the Yuzong like 3-4 times in a row just getting melted.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to the fact that that the Faramis was doing so much damage. I know he got you thirsty, got me thirsty as well, Hockey. That was a really tight game. And imagine that's game number 1 out of the best of 3. And then we got another series which is going to be a best of 3, which is going to be even more exciting. Mental Black versus CNQ. And you know what else is more exciting, folks? The MESL that's going to be coming up soon. The MLBB European Seasonal League. To make sure to get more information, join the Discord and ask for any one of them for the information. The moderators and the crew from MEE will definitely be able to help out. While the MVP, Qeon here, he had a terrible early game. But what a mid to late game. 6-3-8. I mean, is that less, or I don't know, the alpha just showing us that, it's still on the cards, guys.
It's still up there, it's still on the cards. He just proved it right now. I mean, yeah, the early game was terrible, but when the late game arrived, this is where the alpha showed in, going in Spear of Alpha one after another, and it's just tanking the damage for his team over here. I mean, you can see the 26% damage. This man was taking some damage in that fight and making sure that his team is able to do the rest of the work.
Yeah, and the rest of the team did put in the work for sure, and it was such a great way to round up the entire game. Because let's be honest, Hockey, teamwork makes the dream work.
Dream
And
work.
not exactly. It's not just in the game. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Teamwork everywhere is important, folks. Make sure, you support your team member. Like, for example, on the desk, it's not a solo cast, it's Hockey and me. It's a team. We're putting in team effort to make sure to bring you the greatest action. And of course, it's all going to happen here in the MEC Season 3, which is in the playoffs right now. For those of you who are joining us, it's an exciting game. It's the lower bracket matches happening right now. Opertum eSports versus Light Cavalry. The predictions were there. Everyone was saying 2-1, 2-0, but seems like Opertum making a crazy comeback in game number 1, and now Light Cavalry. I think it must be such a blow for them to their morale, right? Hockey, it's such a big blow to their morale.
A game like this just takes a hit on the mentality, and now like I need to recover this instant and said nope, we can do better, and we could potentially see it. We could potentially see a third game, or maybe this could be their last game here. We have no idea yet. We are heading into game number 2, and it's things are intense for that Cavalry. They gotta step their game up here now.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have to step their game up indeed, because we're pretty excited for game number 2, which is going to be coming soon. And once again, coming soon is the MESL, folks. Make sure to join the Discord to get any more information about that. And, it's all exciting because this is just the start for Europe. MEC Season 3 is just right there. We're reaching that pinnacle. We're reaching the top of the mountain to make sure Europe has a spot in the world stage. For example, the MSC that was going on right now, folks, the MSC wildcard. Congratulations to homeboys who actually made it out of the wildcard to the group stage as well for the MSC, which is happening in the World Esports Championship in Riyadh. That's another story though. But if you do want to make sure that Europe get a spot, you want to make sure you are there in that stage, fighting off against the best players, Onyx, Liquid, you know what I'm talking about, Cloud9, all these big teams, Ninjas and Pajamas, the big names, Team Falcons. Yeah, I know. You want to make sure you're there. For that, you got to start from the bottom. And I think you don't even have to start from the bottom, because the platform's already there, the MEC Season 3, and the next one going to be the MESL. So definitely, you have a slot there. Get your team going, guys. You get the opportunity, and then the next thing you know, you're probably going to be there. It could be a qualifier for the M6 for all you know. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to spill anything. I don't want to spill any of the information. It's all secret, and that's all you're going to get from me, because Hockey and myself, Kronos, we're pretty excited to bring you the action that's going on already right now. And this is game number 2 that's going to be coming to you soon. Opertum eSports versus Light Cavalry. And let's take a step back, right, Hockey? That game number 1, though, we were saying, I was just saying, it's definitely a blow to the morale of Light Cavalry, because let's be honest, they were dominating that game, and the way that they played with so much confidence, it just came down to a little bit of a lapse of judgment. And Opertum eSports like, hey, you're gonna give us an inch, we're gonna take a mile. They took the base crystal, and guess what? In the blink of an eye, in a flash, it was just over.
I mean, it also surprised us both. We didn't expect things to go this way. And as soon as Opertum saw the door open, they saw the crack inside of the door, they said like, yep, we are going for it, and they took it, and it just changed the tides completely. Not only were they able to dominate upcoming fight, but just in a single push, just like, this is what a single little mistake can lead in a really long and tough match. You may look like you're in so much disadvantage, but when you see that little opening, you change the things completely. And let's see if things are gonna be the same, or maybe this crack of the door is not gonna be there anymore as we head into game number 2, and we have Light Cavalry right now on the first pick.
Yeah, they're on the blue side and Opertum on the red side. And like you mentioned, all they need is one shot, one opportunity, seize everything they ever wanted. And guess what? Opertum captured it and didn't let it slip, folks. And you know what I'm coding anyways. But right now we're into the draft, and Light Cavalry will be thinking to themselves, they'll be kicking themselves for sure, because it was such a great game for them. And I don't think I've ever seen a more dominating game in the MEC so far. But to lose out on that, I think they had to bite the bullet. It's all right, though. They got to shrug it off. They got to dust it off of them. They need to focus now into game number 2, because you don't want that to come and haunt you in your mind. And next thing you know, let you affect the next game that you're going to be playing, because, it could be by hook or crook. Opertum eSports still actually have game number 1 and it's match point for them. And if Light Cavalry don't respond, they could get just bow out of the competition. And just like that, Frederick and Fanny bowing out of the draft phase as well.
Oh yeah, Fredrin taken out here by Light Cavalry. The Fanny once again taken by Opertum. There is a Minotaur taken out by Light Cavalry. They know that they don't want to give that as a second pick, or neither take it as the first pick here. And right now we are seeing the second ban coming from Opertum, and I think it's gonna be the same thing, like a Link ban. They're gonna mainly start focusing the same bans, which is high rotational heroes, and like this is now that the draft's changed. We have Light Cavalry on the first pick. They gotta be more careful with what they ban and what they pick, because now you're gonna take the one and you're gonna leave the two, and the Minotaur is banned, so we don't know which one you're gonna have to take to give.
Yeah, I think, I wanted to say, is this Minotaur like a panic ban a little bit? Yes, it's strong. Yes, it's ban worthy, but bro, you're going to leave so many things open. The chip was still there. The Kaja was available. They didn't want to pick it up. Yes, understandable. It's, a single target. But at the same time, quite a lot of things still being left open. So I'm not sure what Light Cavalry are cooking at this point. The Harriet, yeah, I feel like they're tunnel visioning, aren't they, Hockey? They had a terrible time with the Harriet and the Minotaur in the first game. And on the other side, you can see the effect taking place. Opertum eSports, so confident, they don't care. Hey, we don't have any problems with your heroes. We're just going to ban out what we usually ban out. While Light Cavalry are the one questioning themselves, because now the Roger is open, the Ling is available. What are they going to pick up? Is it going to be the Roger, the Ling, or even the Boxia?
I mean, Roger and Ling are they're equally dangerous. I think Roger is mainly more dangerous than Ling during drafts, because he's a flex pick, something that you could also put on gold if you're not too comfortable with him in a jungle draft. And there is a Roger taken here by Light Cavalry, but now Opertum do have two picks. Not only can they get Ling, they can also get Chip, they can also get Lo Yi. They have really rough picks open right now. They also can get Claude, which is still open, Clint as well. And I'm pretty excited. Let's see what Opertum is looking for here.
Hey, hear me out. What if they go for the Carmilla and the Yu Zhang? But hey, the Yu Zhang is already picked up. They had and they had a great game with the Yu Zhang. So Claude as well. So Opertum, they had a wonderful game with the Claude. The Yu Zhang was on the side of Light Cavalry. Yeah, it was on the side of Light Cavalry, but the Claude was doing really well in the hands of Wicked. What a guy. Like the name itself, what a wicked play coming out, right? Like a thief in the night, going over the BMI in the back line, applying the blazing duet. It just does so much damage along with Dexter. Claude, definitely what a combination. And I think here they're looking to dive once again with the Claude and with the Yu Zhang on the side of Opertum. And Light Cavalry, hey, hear me out, Hockey. What if they go for the Roger and the Ling?
No, that is a pretty quick team, pretty
greedy, right? Greedy.
Yeah, and I mean, they already have the chip, and if they get for like the Ling,
Valentina.
There's the Valentina taken up, but the Valentina is still a good pick though. Regardless, though, I would say if they did go for Ling, they would have had a high rotation. So like, if even if Opertum did pick the Lo Yi, they would still out rotate with the Lo Yi with that draft alone.
So I think what the plan is the fact that Light Cavalry kind of panicked, and they're like, maybe they're going for the Faramis, so let's pick up the Valentina to steal away the NetherRealm so it doesn't get canceled out, right? They're not able to ban it out, and I think that's what kind of forced them to this Valentina pick a little bit, because they had the final pick of the first phase, and then they could have gone for the ban. So I think they picked up the Valentina. Yes, it's a great mid laner, and yes, you're able to steal the Black Dragon form. Now you're able to steal the Curse of Blood as well, so you're definitely going to have a lot to play around with. But again, this Carmilla, it did wonders in the previous game, but this game maybe not. I don't know how it's gonna go about. Let's see. It's still a flex pick. You can put it in the jungle, you can put it in the roam position. I personally prefer in the roam because the jungle clearance not as fast as you like for it to be, just because the Ling is available. And speaking of, the Ling just got banned out.
I mean, I guess Opertum did hear what we said about the Ling and the Roger on the same grab.
These guys got the stream on the background, and then they're playing on the other. Hey, no, folks, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's a delay on the stream. Yeah, we want to make sure no team. We want to make sure no team has any sort of unfair advantage while going into the
Yeah.
game. So of course there are measures that are taken into place, that are measures that are put into place to make sure no team has an unfair advantage. There are rules that are there for the tournament as well as stream delays to make sure everyone has an equal opportunity. And speaking of equal opportunity, they are not going to get that in the EXP lane because Opertum banned out the Terizla. And like Cavalry, you'll be looking for answers once again because usually when you see a Yuzhong, it's going to be the Terizla. When you see the Terizla, it's the Yuzhong. They're like counterparts for each other. They're kind of the yin and yang right now, the EXP lane. And I
Yeah.
think the Terizla being taken off means the Lu Yi gets taken off as well in the mid lane from the side of like Cavalry.
And there's another mid lane taken out here, and it's the Fairness indeed. And now they're looking for the, like, I think Light Cavalry need to improvise on the XP laner. Now you still have the Benedetta, you could also pick that again, but instead of Opertum, it could go for Light Cavalry. Maybe they could even go for Khalid and Lapu. They still have many options on the XP lane. But now here for the side of Opertum, they need to think straight and go in for the mid lane, not right now. Because they still gotta wait for their last pick since Carmilla, once again, is a flexible pick.
Yeah, and it's the flex pick that kind of worries me. I just hope Opertum don't overthink it and then maybe put the Carmilla into the jungle. Because yes, it works, my guy, but you want to have that presence in the early game with that pressure that comes in. You have the stun that's there. Oh no, these guys are
The
cooking something
Barracks.
different.
Yeah, they're cooking something. I haven't seen the Barracks in a while. I mean, I think he did get nerfed of the bigger he gets, the lower the defense he gets.
No,
And this could
not much.
it
Is
it,
it?
it is not much, but it's still troublesome regardless, right? Knowing that
Yeah, I
it's not
agree. I
gonna affect.
agree.
One of the best benefits still about Barrett's is the low CD, like when he takes CD, it's less than any other hero, and that's
Nah,
what makes him sort of valid, I
I,
guess.
I think I think what made Barrett so valid was the fact that he has the early game dominance and now they've taken that away. He kind of needs the first turtle to actually start snowballing and make a difference. And also he has that that immune, that CC immune with that deafness welcome, which kind of makes a difference. But I think there are better tank junglers in the meta. And speaking of
And
better
there it
tank
is.
junglers, there it is, the Boxia, right? The man's just rolling. People just keep hating. They got the Arlot as well that's being picked up in the EXP lane. Light Cavalry once again look like a dominant team on paper. I just hope it
But
doesn't
on
happen to be
game,
like last time. You never know, hockey. It's the
you
land of
never know.
dons.
Never judge a book by its cover. We did,
Like,
and we kind of got a really unexpected result. But right now, Opertum here, the last pick, the mage pick now. They gotta improvise on the mage because you can't really pick something that is not that
woo!
mobile. And there it is. The Novaria is actually a pretty decent pick. It's able to get away and move away freely. And that is a solid pick coming in from the side of Opertum. And now, even though I would say Light Cavalry looks better on paper, in game, in team play, things are gonna be way, way, way different right now. I'm so excited to go into this match.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, right? We're excited indeed. And like you mentioned on paper, like Cavalry definitely look like the better team. The draft is kind of better, in my opinion. I liked like Cavalry's draft more once again. I mean, that time it was just because they had the Farsa, but now it's a lot going on for them. But this time, in game number 2, in this best of 3 series, folks, as match point is on the side of
Oh,
Opertum eSports, will we see going into the game whatever's going to happen right now? Because definitely we're excited to see the action that's coming on board, hockey. And at the moment, we want to see who's going to come out on top. Is it going to be like Cavalry making it an even score, or are they going to make sure, that they got a comeback in the card? So just waiting. We're just waiting for an opportunity to see what's going to happen. Because let's be honest, Hockey, like you mentioned, once again, like Cavalry, great team on paper. Opertum Esports, I don't think have the greatest team on paper right now with the draft, especially. It's just their execution, though. They, like you mentioned, they find a crack in the window, they find a crack in the door. They just want to barge in, and that's what they did. They had an inch, they took a mile. Will we see that happen in game number 2 again? Not really sure.
I mean, it could potentially have, it could not. And one thing that I do like about Opertum's draft is the Bears and the Carmilla combo was actually pretty busted because I don't know if many people know this, but if you were to get a Curse of Blood and then you get a Daytona's Welcome followed up by the Barretts, they actually all get a 5-man suppress. It's basically equal to
Whoa!
Yeah, it's a suppressor, not a stun. So it's basically equal to like a Franco ult or a Kaja ult, and it's actually pretty busted because the damage outcome later on with the spit and the pullback coming in from Barrett's right after the Teutona's welcome is actually pretty hot
You're
as well.
kidding. You're kidding. No way. No
It do- it
way. Are
it
you
is.
serious? Oh my god. Like I mean I understand. I've seen, the Curse of Blood being used and Saber going for the triple sweep, and a lot of the other heroes that are linked just get, just flown in the air for no reason, like they're calling out to God or something. They're just flying in the air. But I've seen that happen with the Bloody Hunt from the Franco, the Divine Judgment on the Kaja, but I did not know. It happens the same with Barrett. So I mean, we know what suppression is. So my question is hockey. So the dinosaur, right? Barrett's is not the dinosaur. That's Detna, right? Barrett's is the guy that's sitting on top. And Detna, when he goes for Detna's welcome, he's eating somebody up, right? So
Yep.
do the rest of the members that are linked get eaten up too, or they just stand in there like they're
No,
paralyzed?
they
They
just
can't really move or something.
paralyzed, suppressed, like how you would suppress a Franco ult, right? But you can still immune it if the person that's getting eaten purifies. Like that's the only way you can probably get out of that suppress, because now it all comes down to this one specific person.
I mean, it's a suppress. It's a suppress. So once
Yeah.
he gets eaten
No.
while he's in the belly of
No.
Detna, he's not going to be able
The
to
one.
purify. He should
No. The
purify it
funny.
just before, right?
The funny thing is the one that's being eaten is not suppressed. He can still purify as normally, like how a
No,
purify
but
should
he
normally work against Barrett.
no. Purify doesn't work on a suppression hockey. I don't know what you're talking about, but maybe
Yeah,
I
it
kind of
doesn't.
understand what you're saying. I kind of understand what you're saying. You're not using your skills, but you're because you're in the belly. But at the same time, you're allowed to press the purify. So I kind of understand what you're saying. But what we don't understand, folks, is the game is already on for sure. As we're seeing the first turtle come up as instantly as possible. As right now, the Black Dragon is going into the back line. First blood on towards Lalo. He's the first one to fall, but here comes the Petrify. Gets the four-man knocked up with the Furious Dive. He's able to get 2 kills in the process. And at this moment, Pem and Kree is the first ones to fall, while the next one being Tiso as well. So 2-for-2 trade coming in. And I kind of missed out who got the turtle hockey.
I think Rap did get the turtle here. Team Light Cavalry were able to secure to the retribution. Not only that, but were able to zone out the rest of the team over here and managed to get a kill in the other hand. But now you can see it's a pretty contested match. It's a 2-for-2. They're almost pretty equal in farm here, and I think like overall the team fight went better for the side of Opertum here. Not only because of Tiso getting a really good engage in, but you also had Wicked pushing in on a tower gold on the gold day, and that is pretty dangerous. It's something on a watch out when you give Wicked his Claude.
Yeah, definitely. Wicked doesn't want, you don't want to give him his comfort pick Claude, because Claude really did do wonders in the previous game. He waited for the power spike. Once he had it, he was going to the back line, doing the right things, as we mentioned, hitting that blazing duet as deadly as possible. And once again, a thief in the night kind of suits his name as well. I love the Claude and the Wicked combination. But here in the top lane, there it is. The overtime coming in along with that big shortcut, which kind of instantly deleted Tiso, while Kree is able to go back and, just have the time of his life once again.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen Alan as well coming in through the shortcut with that Sky Piercer and the Lycan Pounds just taking out Tiso in an instant. But right now, we can see here pressure on the gold lane. It looks like for the side of Light Cavalry, they have the better map here, the better pressure. Looks like they're going to go play around here, the gold lane, looking for a pickup, and looks like Lulo might be in trouble. There it
Yeah, and
is. Lulu's picked up the final slash coming in, and there it is, the Sky Piercer with the Lycan Pounds coming in from Allen. And this could potentially secure them the turtle, as for the side of Opertum, they're unable to contest, unfortunately. But now, on the bottom lane, it looks like Tiso, he doesn't have the Black Dragon form, and he's gonna be getting poked heavily. And
yeah,
there it
he's
is once
dead.
again, Allen going in another kill, and there it is, the killing spree. And Allen is on fire here with the Roger, Lycan Pounds after Lycan Pounds, with that Sky Piercer just picking kills up like they're nothing.
Yeah, and I think Tiso was like, hey, I'm able to get away. And guess what? Rap Fafnir, like, nope, you're not going anywhere. Bang, just knock all onto him with Shield Unity. And the Lycan Pounce was there to finish him off from Allen. And I think, again, Light Cavalry having a brilliant early game. But we saw what happened last time. Overtime being hit again. The shortcut and instantly gets taken down.
This is the
It is... Oh yeah, he's just annoying, isn't he, Hockey?
He is. This is a chip we wanted to see for so long, and there it is.
Yeah, I mean, we get to see it right now. And Tiso here, there, he gets caught by the big final slash along with the Curse of Blood as well. And Lalo's the one that gets taken down instantly, and Tiso's the next to fall. Yeah, like Cavalry coming back with a vengeance this time. Will they be able to close the game out, though? That's the big question.
I hope so this time. It's not like I'm against Opertum. I just hope that they don't leave the gap as well. You see so many advantage, but then like that crack, it just seals the deal for Opertum, and this is something that you don't want to give to Opertum, right? You give them this little chance, they're gonna take it up to its absolute fullest, and you don't want to do that at all. I mean, we've seen it on the first match. Hopefully, we don't see it on the second match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's I like to say it, right? Hockey, it's not over until the fat lady sings, and that's what it's all about at the moment. You know, it's only the early and mid game at this point. 6 minutes 30 seconds in. Pem doing a lot with this chip in the map and just making his presence felt as soon as possible. And at this point, second turtle. I think this is the third turtle of the game, and like Cavalry should be able to get this quite easily.
Looks like Allen though might be in trouble. There it is, the follow-up
Ooh,
coming
Pem.
up. Pem doesn't have the shortcut. Will he use it? There it is. Lolo's in trouble. Flickers out. Still going in for a trade. The Curse of Blood coming in, linking alongside the Astro Recall and the Astro Echo over here, coming in from MEC. But unfortunately, they managed not only to take a kill for themselves, but also secure the objective here. Take a turtle as well.
Yeah, they take the turtle, and let's see how it goes. For now, they're trying to seize the mid lane tier 1 turret. They get that indeed, and Opertum. I think last time they had an opportunity because Qeon was playing the alpha, but right now in the barracks, without the snowball, without getting a lot of those stacks, you're kind of going to turn into a small dino. So I don't see the same opportunity as last time for the side of Opertum that they could have done right. But once again, if they're able to land that AoE combination of the Curse of Blood with the Blazing Duet, yeah, things might be a different story, Hockey.
Or
Might be.
As well.
Might
as
be.
well. Keep that in
Yeah,
mind.
might be, right? Might be. Only time will tell.
Yep, as you can see, it's a pretty patient game, but right now Wicked looks to be in trouble as there it is trying to go for Wicked. Pem really pokes damage comes from on the other side. The final slash coming in, they're looking in to go for Qeon, but Tiso is getting ready. There is a Titona's welcome coming through. Rapid might be in trouble, but never mind. Tiso was shut down instantly by Allen. So Allen taking out Qeon, and there's a double kill. Allen was a Sky Piercer, still looking for more, but now the flicker comes in from Meng, unable to be taken out here, and they almost take the tier 2 actually pretty early on.
Yeah, they're trying to get it. I think they want to force it a little bit as well, but they won't have enough time as the mid lane will fall now. Eventually, the tier 2 and the bot lane tier 2 is going to fall next because you can see that's where they're focusing their attention, folks. Well, we are the ones that want to see how Allen is able to get so many kills. What, he's at 605? Oh my god, he basically has 11 out of the 12 kills for the rest of the team with that Lycan form. Goes for the Lycan pounce along with the Sky Piercer, doing 9,999 true damage. I know, folks, I know. If you know what Sky Piercer is, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, folks, that is the new item that's there in the Land of Dawn right now. It's just wreaking havoc instantly. You just pick it up as a first item, 1,500 gold. Don't worry about it. Stack that with the War Cry. Seems like he didn't go for the War Cry this time. If you had the War Cry, he'd be doing even more damage, Hockey. Right?
I agree here. With the War Cry be pulling out damage left and right, and even just deleting at this point. But right now, the Astro Echo coming in, and looks like Qeon is in trouble, trying to go for something. But the Sky Piercer once again, there it is, as he explains, is executing people left and right. People are becoming victims of this item as we speak right now.
Yeah, victims of this item and victims of this Roger as well. So look at that. Once again, they're trying to force and press their advantage as they're able to take the tier 2 in the top lane. Now they have taken all tier 2s, and now they're trying to get the Lord. They have the Lord pushing down the mid lane as they were able to make an opportunity for themselves down bot. coming in from Wicked. Yes, he has the macro with the BMI to juggle in and out of these team fights, but now he has to go in. And to be honest, he can't really go in onto urge anyone, and Meng gets caught out. Meanwhile, the top lane, Tiso's the next one to fall with the Lycan Pounce. Once again, Allen doing so much damage. They can't really hold on, and right now, I don't think Light Cavalry want to play. They want to end the game with this Lord that's coming down the mid lane. The inhibitor's down as Curse the Blood comes out to zone them away. So yes, Opertum bought enough time, but for how long, Hockey?
I don't think it might be very long right now, as you can see the Lucky Pause, but they don't as well. Come unfortunately taken out in time, and there it is. This could be the game, and it's 1-1 and a pretty quick end coming in from Light Cavalry. They got that Roger pick, and they just know they're going left and right, up and down with the Sky Piercer executing people left and right and everywhere until they just end a pretty quick match. And this is well played for, I mean, getting Roger, getting Chip, and just snowballing the Roger like this, something you don't want to play against, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. You don't want to give the Roger away. And folks, for those of you who are watching from game number 1, went to Opertum. Game number 2 was like Cavalry, and I think this time they ended with ended in a dominating fashion. Sky Piercer, Windtalker, endless battle. Talk about true damage and the burst that comes with the pass of the Windtalker. Enough with the penetration with that Malefic Roar. This Barrett basically didn't even have a chance. Right? He had no chance of surviving, and at this point, Light Cavalry proven to be the dominant team. We saw that in game number 1. Unfortunately, they got the short end of the stick by not winning the game, but in game number 2, showing us why what happened in game number 1 will not repeat itself, because they made a mistake once. You know, like they say, Hockey, you know, I forgot the saying, you know, I forgot the saying. I just had a brain fog moment for but yeah. Catch me once, shame on you. I forgot. You know, now fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Jesus Christ, that's what I was talking about. But yeah, you know, for a second, like everyone was like, what's going on? But yeah, you know, that's what happened with Light Cavalry. They said to Opertum, fool me once, shame on you. Okay, understandable. You can't fool me twice, because you know that's not gonna happen. And you could see that clearly. They were able to close out the game quite early, pick the victory, and now the score is 1-1. And this is the final game of best of 3. And couldn't be even more excited, because Hockey, I think it's gonna be really down to the wire, because the way it's been going. Opertum, do they have a chance?
I mean, Opertum needs to step their early game up. From what you've seen from both games, they've been losing early game, and throughout losing that early game do cause them trouble later on in mid game, objective wise as well, and into the late game. I mean, if you've looked at the game objectively, you've seen Rap winning turtle after turtle after Lord after Lord, and this is something that you gotta pay attention to. I mean, Rap has been playing really excellent on the jungle nowadays, and give it up also for Laito performing amazing, also Tiso as well. I mean, you've seen Laito on the R-Lot on this match being really supportive with the Roger, and the team play coming in from Light Cavalry just so they can snowball the Roger this hard just to have an early end. This is what Light Cavalry is about. This is the Light Cavalry we know of. Those team plays that they go for, those communication skills, and this is where Opertum needs to step up.
Yeah, Opertum definitely need to step up indeed, because we are in the draft phase, folks. Opertum on the blue side, Right Cavalry on the red, and the first ban being from Opertum once again, that Fanny, and I think they're kind of respecting Rap's Fanny at this point. They don't want to deal with it. We've seen 3 games thus far, and 3 first bans with that Fanny, so definitely the respect card has been played in Opertum. You know, forcing that Fanny ban leaves things open, and Roger being taken off, they don't want to give the Roger away, because we saw what it can do, folks. The Ling is the next one I think should be banned out, because once again, a Ling, a menace in the jungle, and Boxia as well. So clearly the damage jungle is better than a tank jungle in a way, just because the meta how it goes, but I still think tank jungle is better. That's why you saw the Boxia win. But once again, the Fredrin, I don't think he's the guy. Yeah, I'm gonna say it time and time again. He is a great jungler, but he's not what he used to be. There are just better options right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think in terms of the junglers, most damage junglers are the best right now, but I don't think none of them can compare nowadays to what Baxia can do until we get a later on research on the junglers with this meta, right? Because Baxia, I don't think any, like, from all Baxia matchups so far, we've seen Baxia been so dominant in the jungle, especially from how fast his clear is, not only on his jungle but on the objectives as well, and how aggressive he can play. So that makes Baxia probably one of the only tank junglers to just stay consistent throughout several metas in the jungle. Unlike Fredrin, unlike Akai, we don't see those much anymore when we see those. But speaking of the draft here, I just noticed as I'm speaking right now, the Angela, and that's a first. We see an Angela getting picked up.
Yeah, I mean, so far, like Cavalry have kind of been banning out the Angela, right? So having the Angela, Opertum just can't let it go because you can pair so well with so many different picks. So right now, the Angela being picked up means the Yu Zhang can go well with it, the Terizla can go well with it, the Ling can do amazing with it, the Claude can as well. So you got a lot of combinations that you can stack up with the Angela, and those are just that are there on the top of my head, and it's too good a first pick to let go of. But on the other side, speaking of the guy that's been in the meta for a long time in the jungle, basically from M2, where M5 past gonna go to M6 soon enough, folks. That's like what, 4 years in a row now. This dude's been in the jungle. He's been a monster with that veal rolling around, and he's been in the meta for such a long time, and now goes to show he's once again back as one of the top tank junglers, and he's definitely here to make a statement. Is that Baxia pairing up with the Claude? I don't understand why they're letting Claude get in the hands of Wicked again and again and again.
No, this time it actually goes to Allen.
Oh, it's on Allen. Wicked is on Opertum. Oh my god, never mind. You caught me there, Hockey. Thank you for that.
But now we're seeing an Angela mid lane. Right now the Minotaur coming in as well. So that is quite unexpected. Though I did hear from some friends, I heard from some people that an Angela mid kind of wastes the potential of the mid laner. Despite how good it is, you can still do much more if you pick an actual mid than Angela mid, because with Angela mid it kind of limits what the mid laner can do in general. But once again, Angela, I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm saying it's amazing. Of course there is better stuff, but once it depends on the communication of the team play coming in with the Angela.
Yeah, and I think it's not the fact that you're kind of limiting your mid laner's potential. It's the fact that you're making sure your roamer has to do a lot to do. Right? You're asking too much of your roamer at that point, and it kind of makes a big difference indeed. And the first phase of the draft is over. Just when we were speaking the Minotaur, the Alpha once again on the hands of Qeon. And it's going to be a problem once again if it works out. They had an opportunity. They took it in game number 1. But this game number 3, folks, game number 2 was taken by Like Cavalry in a dominating fashion for those of you who just joined us. And Xavier there, the late game Xavier on the other side. The Yu Zhang being banned out just to make sure that Xavier has an easier time. We saw what they can do with the Farsa. And I think Xavier now with the change into his ultimate, the Dawning Light, is going to be doing a lot of damage, especially with a new lantern item, right? Wishing Lantern, is that right, Hockey?
The Wishing Lantern. It's
making wishes come true.
Making wishes come true. But now they, like, for the side of like Gary, not only do they gotta watch out for the Yuzong, but they gotta watch out for Benedetta as well. Maybe even a Khalid coming through, because these are also fighters that are able to easily navigate themselves into the backline.
Yeah, and the backline is what the other team are trying to protect as well. So it looks like they ban up the Diggy, kind of fearing the fact that the Minoan Fury can get cancelled out. But I mean, I don't see how a Diggy. Yeah, Diggy can make a big difference. True indeed. The Benedetta though being taken off the table right now. So they understand the dive potential, right? So they want to make sure the Xavier is as safe as possible.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. And now you've seen the last ban coming in from Opertum, and I see the Diggy is actually like quite a decent ban, because it's not about his ultimate, right? It's not about the Purify that he can pull off, but it's about how annoying his time, like reverse time skill, can get the second skill, right? it baits so much, and it's guaranteed to take off a resource when it's used properly. And it's only like what, 7 seconds CD, 10 seconds. It's Diggy is definitely one of those supports that will take something out of you, guaranteed, before a fight even begins, right? And it's quite a nice ban coming in from Opertum, and now they also banned the X-Borg, and now I'm excited to see what's gonna be the pick here for the Light Cavalry. I mean, they have Edith over here. They picked it, but now Edith is just still a flexible pick, right? They can still go for a roam pick, or no, maybe a Florin pick coming through, or maybe a another XP pick, depending on where they put Edith. Now for the side of Opertum, we have two picks coming through. They do need a both side laners, the gold and XP laners, and now they have many options. They could either like go for like a Khalid, a Lapu Lapu, right? Or they could for the gold lane, they have Brody, they have pretty rough picks. Oh, Clint is also open, and you've seen Clint several times dominating the game over and over, so this is something to watch out for. But it's gonna be a carry.
Yeah, I like that carry just because when the Claude uses the Blazing Duet on the carry, the Speedy Light Wheels kind of do a little more damage than the Blazing Duet in a way. And also you can't really use Wind of Nature, but to round the draft up, we have the Esmeralda, and the parts of esports like to surprise us, or what, Hockey, or what? So many surprises on store.
I mean, I was thinking they kind of lack mage damage, and Esme fills that in, but there it is, a Carmilla coming through for Light Cavalry and making their team pretty beefy. But once again, they gotta watch out for the Speedy Light Wheel itself. The carry is the dangerous one here.
Yeah, but I still like the combination of the AoE, the Curse of Blood with the Dawning Light, and then you also have the Mystic Field that can be set up along with the Blazing Duet. So definitely you're going to be doing a lot of damage. Usually the combination of Curse of Blood and the Blazing Duet goes hand in hand, and if you add that up with a little bit more AoE damage, usually the Swan Song would be better if you pick up the Odette, but right now they have the Xavier, and the Mystic Field is going to be doing the damage. But here, folks, we are getting ready to go into game number 3 in this best of 3. Match point to either side. The one that wins will take all and move on to the lower bracket finals, while the losing team will have to bow out of the MEC Season 3. And Hockey, who do you got for this one?
It's a pretty tough one, but to be honest, like on paper, it looks like Light Cavalry's draft is better for me in my opinion. But once again, Opertum could do something really unexpected, and we don't know that yet. As you can see, an early rotation coming in from Creeves is looking for something, and there it is going in with Mystic Field, baiting out a Purify instantly from Wicked.
Yeah, he baited out the Purify. He is definitely going to have that for the Turtle, but he's not going to make that rotation, I think, Wicked from the top to the bot lane. It doesn't kind of make sense unless and until he kind of has to respond. But at the same time, right now, no, Opertum on the blue, Light Cavalry on the red. Look at that puppet on the string to slow down Pem as much as possible. And Lalo here with the Minotaur will be looking to zone them away. Has the motivational roar to provide that extra bit of heal. And now the goal lane is going to be the focal point. The pressure has been added, and Allen with the BMI able to get out of there, while Rap is able to pick up that gold crab for himself.
Yeah, but looks for the farm. He hadn't been farming anymore. I mean, Allen is still level 3. Meanwhile, Jen's almost level 5. It looks like he did take a green or two from the side of Rap. I mean.
Yeah, I definitely did, and I think Qeon here proving that Alpha kind of is a faster jungler than the Baxia. I never thought I would say that, because Baxia, you have to shield Unity to go from one side of the map to the other and definitely make a difference. And right now, we're seeing a 3-man rotation down bot lane. This is what we saw game number 1 and 2 as well, Hockey, before the Turtle starts, because they want to reach that level 4 power spike. And here you can see that they're going in Earth Shatter to make sure you get the fast Clayer, and they get that. Meanwhile, oh my God, the Spear of Alpha almost caught them, and able to flicker out of harm's way with Creeve as Rap is able to start the Turtle.
But unfortunately, I don't think Jen can catch up in time with the Turtle with the Retribution trigger, and there it is, it goes for the side of Light Cavalry. But now, they gotta watch out as the Curse of Blood is coming in, and there it is, the first blood of the match going on from Pen on T, so they're still looking for more. Meng might be in trouble here. The Dawning Light picks it up over here. Once again, another kill falls in the hand of Light Cavalry, and another, there it is, the Monitor coming in, the Spear of Alpha. Light, who looks to be in trouble, the Flicker coming in of the Power Wrath, but is it enough to take out Lolo? Rap with a dive, is going for it, and there it is, another kill, and he looks for more, but everybody's going for invade, and this is not only a 3-0 but a turtle going in for the light cavalry once again, seeing them dominate the early game as usual.
Yeah, not a different story. We're looking at the same thing in replay, deja vu all over again, folks, for the side of Opertum eSports, because Light Cavalry once again dominating the early game, and just goes to show that they know what they're doing. They know how to cook this first turtle. They want that turtle soup for themselves, get that buff, get that shield, and they know how to make the most out of the opportunity. The positioning in that turtle fight was amazing. They were able to get the rotation right on time, hit the level 4 power spike of the Edict, of Pem, and Creve as well at the same time, and made such a big difference in that turtle fight. And once they dominated, look at the goal lead hockey, already 2,000 on their side.
Yeah, 2000, you have Creve a whole level ahead of Mang here, and with the Donning, like he already has enough damage, and it's only like almost minute 4, and this is something you don't want to see on an Xavier against you.
Yeah, you don't want to see that because you want the Xavier to have a little bit of trouble in the early game to scale in the late game. But if you're having him scale early enough, yeah, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage. And look at that. He has to use the Spear of Alpha just to get away as well. And not having a great game because the turtle's about to spawn again in about 8 seconds. And I think once again, Light Cavalry have the advantage while zoning away Tiso on the Esmeralda. Heart Guard is being used quite early as well to make sure he survives. Tortoise's Poison is being used by a Wrap. And right now they focus their attention to the turtle. But without the Heart Guard, it could be a hard time for Xian to dive in as Lalo just being zoned away by the Crimson Flower. And you can see Minoan Fury comes out. Curse of Blood being used as well. Earth Shatter Pride, the damage Spear of Alpha. And he gets the turtle, Qeon, as they have to disperse right now and disengage. Meanwhile, they focus their attention to the top goal lane hockey.
I mean, they are indeed going for a top lane. Now they gotta watch out for Creve and Allen. Allen is most likely one you gotta watch out for. And there's the Dunning line to the flicker. What a play coming in from Creve. What a spot actually. Pretty nice awareness coming in from Creve here. And like I said, this is the 5-minute Xavier already pulling out this much damage, right? And it's something that, once again, like I said, you don't want to see right here. Jam might be in trouble though. He's going for the Lisco test, and Rap is just looking for blood right now. He's looking for an engage. And there it is, just zoning out. There it is, Lolo might be in trouble. Taken out by the Tortoise Pussy and is pulling out a lot of damage here. And you have the magic reduction, magic defense reduction coming from Ben. But Creve for the Spear of Alpha is taken out by the Hard Guard. Also, the Spear of Alpha as well is going for more there. This double kill might be potentially happening. Oh. Blood linking the side of Opertum. Still going for more here. Allen getting Xian. And at the same time, Lolo falls in the hands of Light Cavalry as well. And what a turnaround.
Yeah, turn around indeed. And again, it's that AoE combination hockey that I was talking about. We saw Wicked with the speedy light wheels try to go in and get the damage done. He did get wrapped low, and just in time, Pem was able to use that big Curse of Blood, catching 4 members on their side, and Allen already had the Blazing Duet going, so the AoE damage came out quite a lot, took them low, and next all they needed is the Art of Thievery, a little bit of basic damage, and next thing you know, they were just falling like dominoes, and Wicked had to go back. So the combination of the Curse of Blood along with the AoE damage from the Blazing Duet proving to be the difference maker once again, and that's what they need to watch out for, especially if Creve is alive. Unfortunately, he was not in that team fight, but along with the Mystic Field and the Dawning Light, they're gonna be stacking up on the damage quite a lot. And now looking at the goal lead, 3,000 in their favor, 2 late game heroes scaling really well in the early phase, kind of spelling trouble for the side of Opertum eSports.
Yeah, I agree, and not only does like whatever makes the retribution coming in, and Spear of Alpha unfortunately doesn't go through the wall, it's taken up by Allen and the rest of Light Cavalry. But what makes Light Cavalry so dangerous here is that even though they do have a bit too much magic damage, this is where Carmilla comes in, right? Because she has that passive of reducing magic defense, and it does so much for the side of Light Cavalry to pull out that early game damage, not only on the Xavier, but also on the edit, and also as you can see here in the top lane, a pickup coming in, Wicked taken up by Light Cavalry, and this might be deja vu all over again, because we've seen Light Cavalry being so dominant right now on the early game, taking a kill after a kill, objective after objective. But the thing is, can they really able to
Blazing
keep up
Duet.
consistency? And there is a Blazing Duet coming into the BMI as well. Allen taking a kill here in the backline, taking out Meng, and another tower mid goal goes through. But that's the thing, they gotta keep the consistency now. This is gonna be like the last game, the Roger game. They gotta stay on that formation up until the end.
Yeah, and we saw Wicked on the Claude for the past few games, but Allen here proven to show that he is a bigger thief. And with that BMI and that Blazing Duet in the back line, catching them at the right opportunity, didn't even have to pop his Purify, so he knows what he's doing. He picked up the golden staff right now, so definitely gonna dish out a lot more damage, and he's gonna be a problem in this game from now on. And Wicked needs to start farming up, and Creve as well, picking up that glowing wand, gonna be doing that burn damage along with that life drain effect coming in. And the motivational roar from Lalo is not gonna be doing so much heal along with the hardcore from. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a problem for their side hockey, and I don't see a way out for Opertum eSports unless they get that big Wombo combo, right? And speaking of Wombo combo, we going for it to zone them away. The Falling Star Moon, the Minoan Fury, Hard Guard being baited out, and now the side of Light Cavalry can just dive in.
They're looking forward for it though, but I don't think they want to. They know the Lord is up. They'd rather prioritize that than the Lord, and there it is already. Rap is just racing there. And the thing is, on paper, it looks like Opertum eSports do have the better early, but for some reason, I feel like this game is reversed. It's like Light Cavalry have the better early and Opertum have the better late. Or even so, Opertum might not even have a late game at this point. We have no idea, because on paper it looks like way different, but as we were seeing from the gameplay right now, it's way different than what we expected.
Yeah, and we did expect a different gameplay, but seems like it's the same story. Onward, Earth Shatter, knockups coming in, speedy light wheels to get him low, but guess what? Light, though, is one tanky monster on this Eat It. Gonna be doing all the damage while taking all of it as well. And Lalo's the only one that can go and face check these bushes, because seems like he's still not able to do that, because Tiso's getting melted down instantly on this Esmeralda. And once again, Mystic Field not being used as an engage tool hockey, being used as a zoning tool for the team of Light Cavalry. And yeah, they're just making the most of the opportunity, just maximizing the utility from all their heroes. As the Lord is marching down the top lane, slow push coming in. They already have a next set of waves. These super minion, Lord enhanced super minions, 2 waves coming in. And with the slow push they have, they possibly can get a third as well.
Yeah, or looking here, they're probably looking to get at least 2 inhibitors within that fight. I mean, you have the waves closing in once again from the bottom lane and the mid lane, and the Lord is closing in finally. And this could be one big fight over here. Let's see right now as Rap is waiting patiently alongside Light over there. They're going in for the tower first. Of course, the inhibitor, top lane inhibitor falls here. The Malefic Roar Allen picks up right now, and he knows he have more than enough damage. Not only to just go in, but to also push.
Yeah, and I think, it took too long for them to take down the Lord, because there was the second wave that came in with the Lord, and then there's a third that's coming in right now, and this could prove to be a problem because they want to collapse and they're going for it. Curse of Blood is available. They don't want to go for it right now. They get the mid lane inhibitor, and the Falling Star Moon, Curse of Blood, Mystic Field, the Blazing Duet doing a lot of damage. Mega kill indeed, and Tiso somehow surviving while Mystic Field from Creve is there, and they're cracking at the base are like Cavalry, showing darkness upon Opertum eSports as they have to get out of the competition. And Light Cavalry move on into the lower bracket finals. What a game, what an end, and what a best of 3 series hockey.
What a game coming in from Light Cavalry, dominant throughout all 3 games actually. Despite losing the first one, they managed to make it up in the second and the third match, being dominant into that early to late stage. What a gameplay coming in, total dominance. This is dominating Cavalry right there over Opertum eSports. Well played also for the side of Opertum. They really tried their best, but unfortunately we have to fare them a goodbye, farewell for Opertum here. On the other side though, Light Cavalry being so dominant, they might even be a threat in the finals.
Yeah, and I think it's the fact that they understand their power spikes, they understand their hero pool, they understand what they need to do in the early game, and especially their first turtle prowess. A brilliant positioning, brilliant understanding of what they need to do for the first turtle, and utilize that opportunity to turn it into a snowball, even having late game heroes on their side. Because let's be honest, Carmilla is not a really great early game roamer. Baxia, yes, you have early game presence. Edith, once again, you need to you have the CC, but if you walk into something and you miss your CC skills, you're basically a sitting duck. And they know how to utilize that opportunity, make the most of the space that's given to them. And oh my god, like I said before, you give them an inch, they take a mile indeed. And that's what they did in this best of 3 series hockey, and deserved victory to them. Deserved and earned both at the same time. And Opertum, though, well played, but seems like you got to go back to the drawing board to make sure you have an opportunity for the MESL. That's going to be coming up soon, folks. But the MVP for the game, and I think the series as well, right, Hockey, has to be Allen.
I mean, Allen has been on the top of his game for a long time. Not only Allen, but Greaves as well. These two players have been on the top of their games ever since they started on this MEC, the entire MEC tournament. And I'm not surprised he gets the MVP here. One of probably potentially the best marksmen so far in this league.
Yeah, potentially. You know, let's not put him on a high horse so that he's just walking around with a big head. Nah, I mean, guy, you're still like 2 steps away to making it into the champion of the MEC, and I think then we can say he's probably the top marksman. But at the moment, yes, he is one of the top marksmen indeed. But for now, they did win the game. Like Cavalry, moving on once again to the lower bracket finals, and Opertum eSports have to bow out after showing us a wonderful display of their gameplay, of their confidence, of their style, their strategies. You know, they let it all on the floor tonight, and no better way to say goodbye is just unfortunate for them. Like Cavalry were the better team, and that Opertum just got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty unfortunate for the side of Opertum, but once again, they played really well throughout the tournament, and I guess this is where we wish them a farewell. Thank you Opertum, you did amazing, but once again, there's always next and the year after, and there's still a EU tournament coming through. But now, let's get our main focus on the upcoming match. We have Method Black versus Centauri Qeon, one of the toughest match we have here so far. What do you think about that, Kronos?
I mean, MTB, CNQ, upper brackets. I think that's going to be an exciting one indeed. So, 50-50 hockey, is it not? Hey, look at that. You got your puppy coming and say hi, but hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Poppy, indeed.
Even he wants to watch MTB and CNQ over here. So
yeah, hey, you got pretty excited. Yeah, pretty excited about it indeed. And everyone else is for sure. But once again, folks, don't forget about it. Even he knows. You know, MLBB European eSports presents MESL. That's going to be coming soon. For more information, join the Discord. Click the link that's in the bio. Click the link that's in the chat that's been put by Nightbot every now and then. If you still didn't get the link, make sure to ask Woody, the moderator that's on stream. You know, hey Woody, can you give us the link to the server to make sure we get more information about the MESL? Because you know we want to join. I know a bunch of teams that are ready to join the MESL already, and if you want to make sure you have your stake at the claim for that tournament, make sure to contact and join the Discord. And for now, though, again, MTB versus CNQ, it is the upper bracket match. I believe it's the upper bracket final. Is it, Hockey?
It's the semi-final.
Upper bracket semi-final. Oh my god, it's gonna be an exciting one indeed, and I think I don't know which way it's gonna go. MTB, a good team, a dominating team, causing so many upsets to make it all the way to the finals. Kind of unstable in what they do, but still making sure they are a dominant team in a dominant fashion. But at the same time, the other side, CNQ, are no strangers to victory, to being dominant in their gameplay as well. So definitely going to have an exciting match. Again, it's going to be a best of 3, that one, if I'm not wrong, folks. And if I am, we'll correct that later. But for now, I think MTB versus CNQ, Yeah, and let's not forget, Hockey, the loser of that has to go against like Cavalry.
Yeah, that's true, and it's gonna be also an intense match. Whoever loses still has an intense match coming in up against Light Cavalry, I would say. So yeah, I'm pretty forward to see to that. But right now, everyone, make sure you refill your popcorn bowl because we are gonna see you soon, right at the match.
Yeah, I know. We want to see them soon enough.
My nightmare, it is a monster. It's in my head. I'm living my nightmare. It's in my head. I'm out of air.
And there we go. We are back here. We're heading into game number 2. CNQ versus Method Black. I am now refreshed and I'm ready and I'm excited about this match. What do you think, Kronos?
Hey, I'm kind of refreshed. I was refreshed already after that exciting best of 3 series we just had before this one. Once again, shout out to Cavalry and Opertum eSports to put on a freaking show for us. And it was an absolute game worthy of a final. And right now, though, like you mentioned, let's focus our attention. Method Black, Centauri Qeon, right? And we know yesterday we had a little bit of a problem when it came to things. Right, Hockey? You know what I'm talking about. And we see that in the prediction, folks. CNQ from Hockey, myself going for Method Black, Synth with Method Black, Ratty Clash going for CNQ, and the audience going for CNQ as well. I mean, Synth and I got the prediction for the first game, right? We went for Cavalry, and right now the two of us on the same boat for Method Black. And unless and until somebody has the otherwise, I don't know how Centauri Qeon are going to face. I just think Method Black might do a little better, but you know, you never know who's gonna get the short end of the stick, who's gonna bite the bullet and have to bow out to the lower bracket. And by no means is the lower bracket final gonna be easy, because Cavalry, oh my god, we saw what a show they put on. And if I was either one of them, I would be saying it's okay. I mean, I'd rather win this than go to the lower bracket and win again.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, that's true. But right now, as we speak, we are heading into the draft of the game. Right now, we have Centauri, Qeon versus Method Black, and the players. Samu, we have Hush, Kulak, My Lobby, and Mulyu versus Paxi, Vlad, Satsujin, Alexis, and Lajiko. And this is a pretty tough matchup. This one I've been looking forward since yesterday. And keep in mind, yesterday there was some words that I said, miswording coming from me onto Method Black. I didn't really trash talk them. I didn't say anything bad about them. I was stating a personal opinion of me being surprised about Method Black making it this far. There was some
over, done and dusted.
Yeah, it wasn't in a bad way. It's just I'm still new to the EU community, and to see Method Black beating two of the teams that I know, which is Tisu and I think Team Occupy, I was merely a bit shocked to see those teams lose pretty early on. And to Method Black, I have respect for them, and after seeing their games in this tournament, I decided to look into them, and they're a pretty amazing team. I've talked to the people that were mad at me, and we've made things up. So right now, me and Method Black, there's nothing between us, all love and all peace. But now, apart from clearing that up, we are now heading into the game right now. Seeing Q versus Method Black, we are seeing the Angela, the Roger getting banned, we have the Hair getting banned from Method Black, and let's see how this game is gonna go right now.
Yeah, it's gonna go well indeed, and I think we're started off fresh. A clean slate is done indeed, and Centauri Qeon banning out the Roger, banning out the Angela, and Method Black taking out the Harriet. And I kind of want to see both teams put on a show once again. Don't you think so, Hockey? Because I think the first game set the bar. The first series set the bar so high that the second game, it's got to go above and beyond. It's the upper bracket finals. The winner goes on to the finals directly, and the loser goes to the lower bracket finals. So I think they definitely need to be putting on a show for us, because it's not gonna get any better. If not in action, try and put it on in terms of macro, guys. Come on, you can do something about it. And right now, the chip being taken off the table. Indeed, let's see the Ling. I knew the Ling was coming, because the Ling is the next band that's there. CNQ do not want to deal with that whatsoever. Finch Poise, Tempest of Blades, no thank you. No Lycan Pounce, no Hard Guard coming out in this game for sure. Meanwhile, the shortcut being taken out from the other side, and Herod as well. Now the final ban, what's available, Hockey? What do you think they got to ban out? The Minotaur, or they go to Louis?
We have Louis. We've been seeing a lot of Claude recently. That's something you could also take out. But I don't think Claude will be taken into a first pick. I think it's mainly a Minotaur, Louis, Matilda, as well as Open, something you forgot to mention as well.
Yeah, because I mean, we forget that because it's so many other picks that are there right now in the meta, right? I mean, Matilda is just, it's always in the back of our minds, but it's not so forefront compared to what we have in store. And right now for the first pick, Hockey, what do you think it's going to be?
thinking a Minotaur or Fredrin, and there is a Fredrin taken out here with Mulio, taking it as a comfort pick as well. I mean, we're seeing Cube, they love playing with those tanky-ish draft, and if not, they also love playing with power draft, right? They want to have a lot of power to draft from the early to the late game, but right now, the instant reply coming in from Method like the Moskov and the Yuzong right now, and they are going in for the side lanes. I think this is the first time we've seen Moskov today.
Yeah, I think we have. It wasn't even banned out, if I'm not wrong, and the Moscow being taken. Kinda, it's not a bad hero. Of course, he's one of the top tier marksmans that they're in the current meta. You just need to make sure you have enough space to dish out the damage that you need. And speaking of the space, the gap closer with that Claude, the Blazing Duet, once again, along with the BMI, gonna be doing a lot of damage, folks. And I think we saw a display of it in the previous series, and we're going to see it again. But here, they pick up the Valentina in the mid lane to steal away the ultimates. The IMU, the ultimate revenge taker in the Land of Dawn, is here. Let's see what they can crack at, as Method Black should be going for the final pick in the first phase. And I was going to say Vexana, but now if you pick up the Vexana, you're just going to give away the Eternal Guardian towards the Valentina, right? So they definitely need to look at rounding off into the jungle. Maybe go for the Baxia right now. Otherwise, it's going to get choked out next.
I mean, you could go for the backseat here, you could also go for the X-Borg, which is something also I wouldn't recommend with the X-Borg when you have a Valentina against you as well.
Exactly.
Rough matchup, but there also are a lot of options on the table. I mean, once again, from previous match, you could still go the Alpha. Alpha was pretty tough, but we are going to see the Xavier coming on here as well, which is a solid pick, I would say.
I mean, I like the Xavier, but the fact that you have a Claude on the other side, he could just BMI Blazing Duet on towards you and then could create havoc, but he does have an oppressive lane against the Moskov, so maybe could work out in the favor of Method Black, but, you know, it's just a matter of time to see what they're cooking, and right now, Arlott being taken off the table from the side of Method Black means that they don't want to deal with any sort of displacement when it comes to this team fights, because we know how we can change the game, right? A Flicker Final Slash is going to make a big difference. And CNQ should be looking to choke down the jungle options right now. What is there? There's the Baxia, the Bane, the Alpha. I can't really think of many more hockey. Just the Julian.
The Julian as well is open. I mean, they're still going for. You can also choke out Rome picks. The Minotaur was open. You could also go for another support ban of Florin, or you could go for another heavy Rome pick, maybe a Kufra coming in as well, because Kufra could be proven troublesome when it comes to engage, especially against a Kufra. You have an Edith as well, who's been picked from time to time, so you can still choke out some Rome picks here. Or maybe Edith's still a good pick because she's also flexible for the side of Centauri Qeon. And you know, also you can still check out jungle picks like a Baxia. I think Baxia will be most dangerous if given here for the side of Method Black.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the Edith ban come from MTB, right? Like you mentioned, it has a lot of CC, can be in your face, and, you know, can provide the displacement, can provide a lot of disruption into these team fights, but I don't understand the Minotaur ban coming from CNQ. Yes, you want to negate that heal, you don't want to give them the extra heal potential, but you have a Valentina on your side. You can basically steal away the Minoan Fury, prove to be an entire problem, and just be a threat constantly around the map, and you know, that kind of, I feel like that's kind of a wasted ban, and the Alpha being banned out, okay, understandable, but they go for the Lolita for the Guardian Shield. I think Guardian's Reflection, I think that's gonna be, yeah, against the Claude difference. I know you like the Lolita hockey. Go ahead, speak as much as you want now.
I mean, I would say Lolita is a really solid pick here. I do like the Lolita indeed, but in front of Valentina, you're giving her Numeron Blast. Not only, but on top of that, you still have an Esmeralda open who could prove Lolita to be pretty useless if only Lolita goes with the support build, right? So there are still, like, yeah, you pick Lolita, but at the same time, you're saying high risk, high reward. And this is what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, high risk, high reward, but I think the reward is just too good because in the ranked games, Lolita's stats have been like the highest win rate for the past like 5-6 seasons. And speaking of, you know, big fat ultimates, we see the Terizla Rafaela!
The Rafaela again, we've seen the Rafaela yesterday, and both Rafaela games unfortunately were lost, but now CNQ could potentially change that, and right now there it is, as we mentioned earlier on in the draft, the Baxia coming through.
Yeah, the Baxia is just gonna be a problem. He's gonna be the jungle option. I think he's the best jungler right now when it comes to tank jungle, at least. So maybe they could prove us wrong in this game. CNQ could, but we're only gonna find out in a matter of moments, folks, because we're gonna go straight away into the Land of Dawn best of 3 series once again. But this time it's the upper brackets. It's a Method Black on the red side, CNQ Centauri Qeon on the blue. The winner of this will have match point, and we'll see who will come out on top. Only in a matter of moments. As right now, Hockey, who do you got for your side? I think I'm gonna go MTB still. You think you're still gonna go CNQ after looking at the draft?
I'm still going for CNQ. I mean,
Woo!
looking from a draft, CNQ do have potential if they're able to play around with the club, but once again, on paper, it looks like Method Black do have the better draft here, so it mainly depends on the team play. And you have a pretty aggressive early coming in for MTB as they pick up the first blood, they're going in for the invade, and it's not looking too good. Like I mentioned earlier, we've seen the Rafaela, and the Rafaela is one that you have to be really careful on. Looks like Mulio is in trouble, taken out by Rico over here. There is another Qeon, a pretty aggressive early coming in from the side of Method Black.
Yeah, the early game aggression is what it's all about at the moment, and that aggression being put to good use here. Once again, in the EXP, they lost out on the roam, they lost out on the jungle, and the EXP trades, all three. And now the gold lane is even more of an oppressive lane because Vlad on this Moskov kind of, does better than Claude on Eerie on this Claude. And once again, going for that shield unity, gets the stun. And will they be able to dash out of there? Yes, they do, with the Guardian's Reflection just reflecting everything away. And they get the kill once again, and this time it's on towards the mid laner Bai, and I think it's going on really well for the side of Method Black.
This is the early that they were hoping for, and they got it. A pretty good early for the side of Method Black here, and they could also secure the objective that's coming up and apply further pressure on Centauri, possibly even invading them in both of the buffs.
Yeah, and they're looking at they're trying to reach the level 4 power spikes at Sujin and Alexis as my lobby here, trying to reach that power spike as well. And Logical gets the turtle started. There we see the Black Dragon form to zone them away. Mulio is still there. He wants to get it. He gets it with the Retribution. The taunt comes out, but the penalty zone catches 3 as the Black Dragon form just landed. And they will get a kill back in the process along with the turtle as they get rid of the Rafaela. Kulak is the one that fell down, and Alexis will go down as well to the Fisher. And now will we see Mulio fall down. Meanwhile, Bai with the Black Dragon of his own takes down Satsujin. So that's a 2-for-2 trade. And really well for the side of Centauri Qeon because they got the turtle in the process as well.
Despite being down, they were able to pick themselves back up into the game and close the farm gap once again. So this is now a contested game, as you can see here. But now it comes to the mid game here. There it is, the Holy Baptism with the Blaze Blood coming in, and Baxi looks like he's in trouble. There he's still going for the kill, and there it is with the BMI getting out as well after he picks up the Lolita kill over here. And the Dawning Light missed, unfortunately, from Satsujin here. But what a play coming in from CNQ here.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the drawbacks of having the Lolita, right? You do get a little bit of that early game damage. You have the Guardian's Reflection for the stun, the Numenon Blast, but if you're basically a little squishy still if you're trying to go for the support build, so I'm not sure what build Apaxi's really going for. If we take a look at it, we might get our questions answered, but Satsujin here, late game mage, had that early power spike, needs a little bit more time now because they did fall once, and here, Vlad gets the Spear of Misery right on time after picking up that corrosion site, and Kulak just kiting everything away with this Rafaela. Logical making this rotation up top, Hockey.
Yeah, it looks like the rotation up top. Looks like both teams will have to be playing patient right now for the upcoming objective. But now Mulio, he wants to take the upper hand. I mean, you've seen the Mulio dying in the early game, losing it like before the first turtle. But now he's almost a whole level ahead of Lajiko, and this fight alone that you've seen on the first turtle just changes the tide of things as we speak.
Yeah, we want the turtle, Hockey.
The turtle is coming in as Baye does have the IMU, the dawning light right there, uses it to poke a little Kulak though. He looks like he has an aggressive positioning here on the Rafaela, gives vision on Paxi, successfully does so, and this could be a turtle for the side of Centauri, but
Petrify.
no, as the Holy Baptism coming in, taking out Kulak, but the Nomenon Blast, Baye is in trouble, there it is saved by Mulio, but now the Black Dragon Force still going in on the backline, the Retribution from Mulio is fucked up, there it is, the turtle for the side of Centauri, the penalty zone, putting Elijah in trouble. Is he gonna be taken out here? And there it is, a kill going in almost. Actually, 3 low, 1 HP, but now the energy eruption. Mulio is looking for more kills, going for a double. He's looking in for a dive as well, and there it is, almost gets a kill, but the shield coming in by picks up the kill. And there's a Praise of Red, the double kill going in for the side of Centauri here, dominating not only a turtle but on the fight here as well. But you saw the Baxia here on a 1 HP escape.
Yeah, I mean, forget about that 1 HP. Did you see 1 HP on that Fredrin? Oh my god, Mulio just juggling, realizing what his power spike is and making most of the opportunity up top. And oh my god, they just got the turtle. His retribution has been on point so far. And also his Appraiser's Wrath, making sure to eat up the right amount of damage, get that crystal energy, drop that big long sword, dish out the damage, just doing everything to perfection, taunting Paxi as well to cancel out the Numenor Blast, just like right now with the energy interruption. But here, Numenor Blast off their own with the IMU, and he gets him in the process. Well, Paxi's the one to fall. The energy eruption to get the knockup on it was logical, but here comes the Dawning Light from Satsujin. Still not enough to do a lot of damage. They need to start scaling as they picked up the late game heroes. They need to buy themselves some time to dish out the damage. But as Eerie is marching down the bot lane, able to get that tier 1 and using the BMI to get our harm's way, because the Dawning Light was just there as the MTB make their rotation as well, Hockey.
Yeah, I mean, great play coming in from NTB and Centauri as well. They've been putting the pressure on both sides. But to be honest, this game is leaning towards seeing Q on the fights, and I think they gotta go for pickoffs here as they're trying to go for my lobby here, trying to go for the objectives. That's what MTB need. They need to go for a pickoff or an objective here. Otherwise, team fight, Mulio is just way too much trouble now. You can see he's level almost 11, and Paxi's just still level 8, and the flicker coming in from Paxi as well. This is the pressure that CNQ is applying constantly as well with the Fredrin.
Yeah, and Mulio leading the charge, right, with that Bai, this time going in. With the flick, penalty zone, catches Satsujin off guard and instantly takes him down. What a play. He casually walked up to him. He jumped over with a big hammer, flickered on towards him, and they couldn't do a single thing about it. CNQ with a dominant display with that play, making sure they got the goal lead in their favor. 3,000 right now, getting that last turtle. And now we'll be looking to dominate the game. But meanwhile, they want to get a piece of my lobby. Dawning Light is there, and they finally get the shutdown. And the Vlad is the one to pick it up, the right person that they needed. They trade the top lane tier 1 turret for that turtle, while Mulio is still taking the invade with that blue buff. And they kind of lose the bot lane tier 1 as well. So not an even trade, and you know, Method Black still losing out on a lot, Hockey.
Yeah, they could potentially lose here on the tier 2 tower if Satsujin doesn't pull out something here. And it looks like it's so close, but there it is, Pure Destruction coming in, they're going for a fight of Black Dragon 4. And there it is, the blazing duets coming in from Area with the BMI, but unfortunately he's caught on stun here by Logical.
Oh, another Black Dragon.
The fight's still going in, the Petrify coming in from Lexus, but it's taken out by Bai. And the damage dishing out from Moskov, the penetration, one after another, just holding Centauri Qeon back. But Mulio, on the other hand, is not being held back. And yes, it is! The Appraiser's Wrath taking out Paxi, damaging Satsujin and Vlad at the same time, dishing in a lot of damage. And Mulio, you can see, he's still not done yet. He's still looking for more. He's going for Satsujin, is in trouble.
Oh my
god. A mega kill. And what a play coming in from Mulio. He's just that fight hungry.
Oh my god, he is that guy, isn't he? He's trying to tell them, hey, I am him. I am the one dominating the jungle. I don't care if you have the box share. I don't care if I have the Fredrin, because I'm the one that's being the one that's disrupting everything. And his taunts have been so perfect, right? He's able to disrupt Paxi QT when he's doing this. Oh, his reflection when the penalty zone once again catches them. They instantly melt down too, and they should be able to get the third. No, they don't. Luckily for them, they're able to dash out of harm's way, but oh my god, once again, my lobby, ever so casually just walking up to them and then jumping with the hammer, with the flicker, providing that penalty zone. And oh my god, Method Black need to find a way to make a comeback. Otherwise, they're going to be biting the bullet in game number 1. Because yes, Moscow picked up the Demon Hunter sword, but the 5,000, 6,000 goal lead now, with the Lord coming down their lane as well, could be a big difference maker.
This is indeed a big difference maker. One they gotta watch out is the level difference between Baxi and the Frederick. I mean, four levels from what I see here, and it's pretty hard for them to contest any upcoming objectives. So Method Black need a fight. They need a miracle. They need a fight to go their way, right? They gotta make sure they take out Mulio first, and then take out the rest of the fight. I mean, now they know my lobby doesn't have the flicker for the Lord. They know that only my lobby that there is that they can watch out for that. But now Mulio is the trouble. He is the trouble, like the most troublesome one here. And keep in mind, Eri, I mean, they've been giving Claude a comfortable match so far, and this is something he's still also gonna watch out for.
Yeah, he is the troublesome one indeed, Mulio, but the troublemaker definitely my lobby with that penalty zone. You gotta be aware of that one. They got no purify, no respect for that whatsoever. He has the flicker. Oh no, he doesn't, but he does have the penalty zone. They don't lose the inhibitor yet. They are able to get the Lord, but once again, Kulak providing the holy healing with that speed up, and he has the baptism as well, just to provide the stun when they try and dive on towards them. And look at that, once again, Mulio with the taunt going in. They're waiting for the flicker coming out. The Black Dragon is there to zone them away, but there it is, the big movement on Blast coming in. A Praises Rat drop, and here's the penalties that we're talking about. They instantly fall like dominoes. Our Method Black, everyone taken so low. 3 fall down. The 2 damage dealers are the one that are alive, but without a front line, what can they really do? They use the Mystic Field to clear something off. Dawning Light is there, but here comes the wave from the other side, the wave from the middle, and right now they're trying to zone them away. Mulio is doing the best that he can, but he gets caught by the Spear of Misery. Vlad is able to get that kill, and now they're trying to clear the waves, buying enough time for the frontliners to come back, but will they be able to defend? Seems like they are going to, and no, they don't. They lose out on the base. CNQ. Oh my god, what a game.
I mean, see, that was so unexpected. We've seen the early game, we've seen how aggressive MTB is, but in a single turtle fight, Mulio just fight after fight after fight after fight, and Centauri just dominated the game throughout like the entire game there right after the second minute. But what a game!
Hockey, what was going on there? You know, I thought they could defend, and then next thing you know, they got Mulio again, and they couldn't defend, and they could defend, and next thing you know, they're like, you know what, screw it, we just won the base. And then CNQ just picked it up, and I think it came down to Mulio with that play. Every time the Guardian's reflection was up from Paxi QT, he just used the energy eruption, you know, dash in, taunt, and then next thing you know, they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, every time the Lolita would put out the shield, Mulio would just knock that up and cancel it completely, leaving enough space for the Claude to engage freely. And Eri, I mean, you can see here, Eri was pushing, he was having a comfortable game on the Cloud, going into the BMI whenever, with the Blazing Weapon and retreating whenever, but keep in mind also, for the side of MTB, they played really well. I mean, Vlad, the Moscow, he was playing on his top as well, but unfortunately the game did not go in his way here, and maybe MTB could change that on the second game.
I mean, I hope they do. I want to get my prediction right. That's the only reason. But I think MTB definitely going to make sure they got to come back on the cards. They are a great team indeed. They're one of the top teams in Europe. But again, they're going against a top team on the other side, Qeon. We could clearly see, oh my God, the way that they were playing. There's no, I mean, if that doesn't speak brilliance, I don't know what will. Because they know they have a kind of a, it's not like he's a weak jungler, but compared to Baksha's rotation speed right now in the meta, yes, he's a little slower. There's the Fredrin, but even with all that, they just utilized their potential to the ultimate maximum level, and there was no possible comeback for MTB. We did see them have some sort of an early to mid-game comeback in a way, but once Mulio was, flowing with confidence, he was just like, yeah, you gotta be the MVP. Bro, you gotta put your picture on there. Where's your picture? Oh my God.
Where are you, Mulio?
I don't think that's Mulio. That could be that's the imposter right there.
I mean, this blue man
That's
is
an
playing
imposter.
amazing. That's all I can say. Blue Man right there is carrying right now. MVP Blue Man Mulio.
Oh my god, like, he's an imposter. But either way, respect to the way he played this Fredrin. Absolutely out of his mind. 7-8 on the KDA. I mean, his push percentage doesn't matter, 8%. But the way that he definitely took all the damage, dealt the damage. You don't usually see a Fredrin do 26% damage. Yes, you see him take the 35% damage, but oh my god, he dropped that long sword like it didn't matter, like it was not another day with that Thunder Belt as well right now, stacking up on those defenses. Made the most of the opportunity. Oh my god, what a play. What a player.
The Appraiser's Wrath was just... It was what was making the fight, right? I mean, every time he dropped that great sword, he's guaranteed to drop at least whoever's in that range to less than 80 HP. But right now here on the second game we not right now have Method Black on the first pick, and there is Centauri Qeon on the second pick. 1-0 to the side of C and Q, and let's see if this is gonna change the tides here now that the Method Black got the first pick.
Yeah, and yeah, it could be a difference maker, right? Maybe they just got caught off guard with the draft with the Rafael coming to the last pick. So maybe, maybe not. You never know, right? We never know what's running on the mind of these players, especially, let's not forget, they're professionals, right? They're professionals that are playing in the MEC Season 3. For those of you who are just joining us, Centauri Qeon won the first match in this best-of-3 series of this upper bracket finals between MTB and CNQ, and now they've swapped places. MTB don't want to deal with that Yu Zhang, the first ban Yu Zhang. I think they're panicking hockey. Panic, tunnel vision is what's happening at the MTB voice chat right now. And folks, you gotta make sure that, you know, if you want to see what happened at the previous game, rewind a little bit, watch the stream once again, right? You want to get all the action that's happening in Europe, especially here in the MEC Season 3, right, Hockey?
I agree. You don't want to miss out anything. I mean, every little thing that happens here is just more intense than ever, and the more it goes, the better it gets, like fine wine. So right now, as you're seeing, he's seeing Q here going into the chip ban. You can see Method Black now. I mean, they're taking out the Yuzong. Like I said, this could potentially be a panic ban, and you know, you have the second ban coming in for Method. But I think they gotta go for something that they don't want to give to Mulio, right? Because he is the troublemaker.
Fredrin, and then what? Terizla? Are we gonna see Fredrin banned then Terizla? Like, I don't know where they're gonna go with it, because the way that they play it, by no means are they not a great team, right? But the opposition is equally great, if not greater, and they need to channel their inner energy, you know, get that inner Michael Jordan out of themselves to make sure to take it personal and just, you know, go ham right now. Look at that, I was saying it right. They don't want to deal with the Fredrin, and you were right as well. They don't want to deal with Mulio whatsoever, and you know, they're banning it out right now. So let's see what the difference maker is.
I mean, knowing Mulio also played Assassins, and Mulio, I think I was watching some of his streams, and he also plays Fanny, and I know he's pretty good on it as well. So let's see, maybe we could see a Fanny match for the first time here, or we could see peak Centauri Qeon once again, or a comeback coming in from Method Black, and maybe Kronos wins his prediction. So
Hey.
but yeah, over here we can see the Link ban coming in from CNQ, and the last ban for Method Black here. What do you think they're gonna go for? Are they still gonna focus for Mulio, or maybe go for something they wouldn't want to deal against?
I think they should be looking at banning. Okay, they ban out the Matilda on their side, and now the other. I'm thinking, like, there's the Harriet that's there, that's available, and then they also have the Roger. So, I mean, I don't think I want to give the Roger, but the Harriet was left open, kinda. That's okay, it's counterable. It's not the great menace it used to be, but I think Roger is the one they need to ban out here, right?
I mean, I think Roger is also one of the biggest threats so far in this meta. I mean, you've seen it, the 9-minute end or the 10-minute end from Light Cavalry. So yeah, it's something you don't want to play against, actually. And there is the Hair going in from Southern Method Black, but now the reply coming in from Centauri. I mean, we have the Minotaur still open. You've seen Minotaur quite some time. You still have the Claude open. The Terizla now is still open since the Yuzong ban. So we could see some way weird stuff. Maybe normal like Mino Terizla coming in, Mino Claude, or maybe Terizla come, but the Angela was also
Ooh.
open, and they do indeed go for the Angela. We're gonna see a Baxia right after.
I'd rather see. I mean, a Terizla, right? Because you don't have the. Oh, they go for the Baxia. Wow, Hockey, the man with the crystal ball, the predictions coming on point. He is smiling from ear to ear right now, folks. And I
I
think
mean, it's there, it's open, it's there. Having a Baxia Angela is a pretty
it's a
strong
good
move if you
combination.
ask. Yeah.
True, true.
So, and you know, Baxia works on both teams here because now you anti-heal the hairs, and even if that you give it, you don't want to give it when you have an Angela because now you're gonna anti-heal the Angela hard and go for an aggressive draft here, knowing that the Fredrin is banned. You don't really have a tank jungler that can catch up to Baxia. The closest you can currently get in this game is probably Akai and Carmilla, which is not as good as how a Fredrin would
Nah.
perform.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You don't want to. I mean, I understand the Akai makes sense, but the Carmilla in the jungle, I'm not really a fan of it just because it's kind of a slow clear still. But they go for the Lu Yi instead. And, the Lu Yi is a strong pick. And the X-Borg being picked up instantly. So, seems like they're trying to have a great day. But on the other side, instant pickup with this Valentina as well. So, they are leaving no stone unturned, Hockey.
They do love playing with the Valentina, and especially getting that last Insanity or the Diversion. You have a lot to play with the Valentina here. A pretty nice pick from CNQ and putting pressure here on Method Black. But now we can see the Minotaur coming in from CNQ and the Claude coming from MTB. And I think, like, looking on paper, I would say CNQ draft here is tougher just because only of the Valentina, where she can play a little bit here, sometimes with the Diversion, sometimes with the last Insanity. But if it's played right, Method Black should be able to get the better outcome of this fight, but only on late game because they gotta wait for their heads to scale up just to melt down this Baxia.
Yeah, they need to melt them down indeed. Find a way to do that. The Moskov, the Carmilla banned out, and the second phase of the draft is upon us. But of course, folks, if you're just joining us right now, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the stream among your friends. Get them to watch the stream. We are hosting the MEC Season 3, and coming soon will be the MESL. And don't forget to join the Discord as well for that, to show your support to the Mobile Legends Bang Bang European esports community by liking the stream. One like, one click goes a long way, so don't forget about that, folks. You want to show us some love, you always can, as we are bringing you such a beautiful competition. The team that's there behind this is doing really an absolute wonderful job with the production team, the team managers, the casters as well, and the streamers. A lot of work that goes into the community managers, a lot of things that are there that are put together. But you know what is put together right now, Hockey? The carry to dish out the damage against this Harriet, but I'm not the fan of the carry against the Harriet because Harriet inevitably wins the lane, but now kind of shuts down the tanky jungler that they want to be going for on the other side.
I mean, if we look at assassins, you still have some few assassins that are really good here. You can get a high boost, you can get a Lancelot, two of the most mobile assassins.
Lapu.
Here. It looks like we're looking at an X-Borg jungle.
I like the Lapu, but I don't like the X-Borg jungle. But the Cho in the room. Let's go. We gotta see those TikTok plays. You gotta use the Jit Kundo, Way of the Dragon, Winter Crown, emote, recall taunts. Let's see that happen, right? Paxi QT, show us what you got, folks. Oh my god.
Yeah, see the best freestyle of the history right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that was unexpected. I did not expect a Cho at all, but now there it is, and I'm pretty excited to see how this is gonna go because knowing Cho can be really disruptive when it comes to objective fights, right? One Way of the Dragon on the Baxia, and that's just a free objective for MTB, and I think that's how mainly it's gonna be playing out and during objective wise. But now for the last pick here for the side of CNQ here, they do need a fighter, they do need an XP laner, and there it is, the Esme. I low-key expected the Esme pick since they already have pretty high on shield. They have Lapu, they have Harris, they have Louis. Yeah, Esmeralda pick could be troublesome here as well.
I mean, I like the Esmeralda pick. It's expected, but then again, they have the X-Borg on the other side, so counteracts that. But at the same time, I want to highlight a little bit the Cho, right? Yes, we know the Cho got buffed and nerfed at the same time. They reduced the distance of the Way of the Dragon when he gets kicked, but his passive keeps coming up, and also it has a damage reduction. You know, he kind of pierces the armor similar to the way a D-Rod Spectre Step does. But right now, given the fact that he is able to get that extra bit of defensive reduction on the other side while using the Way of the Dragon and his passive, 20 to 25%, I believe that's what it is. It could be the difference maker. And also with the fast wave clear that he provides, yeah, I like the direction MTB are going once again, but only the
Oh,
execution is what matters.
the gold lane was pressured heavily, and now my lobby, he looks like he's gonna be getting poked here heavily, but never mind, Setsujin does not get the yin and yang here. On the other
Ooh,
side, my
Vlad.
gold lane, Vlad, looks like he is having a hard time against Kulak and Eri here. I mean, Kulak went in for the early fights, I don't know if you've seen it, and they were poking Vlad here constantly, even
Yeah, yeah.
Vengeance.
Yeah, and I think like it's showing the fact that even though the carry kind of loses to the Herod in lane with the right support in mind, it can do a lot. And right now, he's just missing out on a lot of gold. Is Vlad?
Yeah, unfortunately for Vlad here, he's being frozen by the Angela and by the carry. Even lost 2 cannons by now, I think.
Yeah, he lost
Uh,
2 cannons and 3 minions.
that's pretty unfortunate here for Vlad, putting him so behind here. But now they gotta figure something out. They gotta look at Mulio though. Mulio is in a really aggressive position here, taking a fight on 3 people. Might be even taken out for the first blood, and there it is, taken out here by the last insanity. We unfortunately didn't see the camera here. Thank you, cameraman. But apart from that, uh. that got words from the cameraman that he hates me now.
I mean, hey, it went on well, right? I mean, let's not get some hate on the camera, man. We're all in the same family, or the MEE
Yeah.
family. But right now, it went on well, and I think here we want to see a little bit of color. Jeet Kundo onto our front Paxi QT to get the knockup going, and my lobby hitting that level 4 power spec along with Bai Yi, and seems like CNQ are gonna have the priority in the rotation for the turtle as the turtle gets reset. Logical right now wants to reset it and wait for his teammates to come in, but Alexis here gets caught, and he goes for the big play with the hard guard as well. The Valentina with the bravest fighter takes down the Lapu Lapu indeed, and Paxi QT has Jikundo at the Way of the Dragon, uses it, gets the kill on towards Bai Yi as the turtle was reset once again, and Logical here zoning the rest of the team away while Mulio is doing the work. I'm not sure why they're doing so, and Logical is still able to pick up the turtle.
Great retribution coming in from Lazio here, and a great fight also. You saw the aggressive play, the bravest fight coming in from Bai, but the reply also coming in from Paxi here with the Way of the Dragon. Amazing fight, and at the end of the day, Method Black are still winning this early because they were able to also secure that beautiful objective. And now they can, I think they can just dominate here even further and just keep applying pressure on the map. But once again, it is still kind of looking like a deja vu, seeing how Mulio getting first blooded and dominating right after. Let's hope that we don't see the same here.
Yeah, and we want to see Paxi make a few more plays, right? He is the Cho. He's the one that they need to be afraid of, and especially Satsujin with the diversion plays. Both haven't been taken down yet. Only one kill went on the other side. That was Alexis. Kind of having a hard time against the Esmeralda. Look at that last insanity from Logico just to get out of harm's way. And Paxi QT making his presence felt a little bit. My lobby goes for the Thunderbolts. I've never seen that build on the Esmeralda before. It could be the new route people should be going for, especially with that new buff. And again, just cutting him off from the minions. So what play coming out from Eerie and Kulak in the goal lane, right, Hockey?
Yeah, I agree here. Pretty good pressure here on the gold lane. And, you know, I think the Thunder Belt on the Esme now is quite actually understandable. But Mulio here, on the other hand, looks like he's in trouble. The hard guard, I mean, you could always hard guard him, but I don't think that will be enough to save him.
Ooh,
The fight coming in
Paxi!
the Way of Dragon, there it is the last insanity. Mulio looks like he's in so much trouble. And there it is taken up by Alexis, but there's a counter engage. There's IMU, the last insanity would be able to take out Lagio here. My lobby is looking for a follow-up, but unfortunately, they will not gonna be getting the follow-up here. Unfortunately for the side of Method Black. Never mind, is he gonna take out? He did take out the immortality, but now he needs to figure out a way to live, and unfortunately will not be able to do so. And this is going pretty well for the side of MTB so far.
Yeah, MTB coming out on top in that one. I don't think it was really clean for them. I thought they were gonna end up on the losing side, but making the most of the opportunity, and so is the goal laner Vlad with the Zaman Force Chrono Dashes and the Synchro Fission picks up the kill on towards Eerie. He said he had enough of the zoning stuff that was going on. And look at that Paxi QT, Way of the Dragon. He has it, goes for the Jeet Kune Do, gets the Way of the Dragon connected. Diversion play from Satsujin with the rotation and the dispersion to make sure to pick up that kill on towards Mulyu, who's 0-3-0 this time. Had a great game number 1, not so great game number 2, as Logico is the one this time getting the turtle and getting those buffs that's much needed as the gold lane and the EXP get the swap going, and meanwhile the turtle has been picked up as well. My lobby, he gets caught, hard guard is there, but I don't think they want to use it.
They don't want to. I don't think they want to force anything for now, knowing that Loyi could be anywhere. The flicker coming in, the hard guard from Bai, but it's not enough to save the way of the dragon as well coming from Paxi. And now my lobby needs to find a way to get out of here. The Zaman Force still does not. Vlad unfortunately does not have it here to finish off my lobby, but he's still looking for more, not making him recoil. He does have the damage though. There it is, the follow from Paxi, and there it is, diving my lobby, taking him out right under tower. Potentially could push the bottom lane tower here as well against Kulak.
Really good play from the Cho. Just as I was saying, Paxi needs to make his presence felt with his Cho, because they gotta be scared of, and guess what? Now they are. The Jeet Kune Dos are landing, the Boy of the Dragons are landing, the Shunpos are able to make sure he immunes those CCs that comes in from the other side. So definitely Paxi Cutie having a great game on this Cho, providing the damage reduction on the other side that's much needed to burst them down, even though the Way of the Dragons gap has been shortened. But here comes the diversion. Paxi QT goes in. He wants to make the rotation up top. And look at that. Satsujin gets caught. Paxi QT is still there. He makes his presence felt right now. He wants to go for Kulak, but he was able to get out of harm's way. The Jeet Kune Do and the Way of the Dragon now stole by Bai Yi. Meanwhile, the top lane, Mulyu gets caught once again. The Landshaker comes out along with the Bravest Fighter, the Last Insanity, able to pick up the kill. And I think right now MTB are slowly but surely dominating the game, Hockey.
I agree with you. They are dominating the game from early to still. They have consistency here, and there's another diversion play coming in. But I think my lobby.
Oh, my lobby.
He doesn't see that.
No.
And he's in trouble. There it is. Unfortunately, even though.
Oh, Purify.
Wait.
Hard guard.
Going in from Alex as well, but I think that's not enough to make it survive. And there it is finished off. But the Kulak here will have to flicker as well to escape from Paxi's grasps.
And yeah, that was really good play coming in from Paxi and the rest of the team, especially Satsujin with a diversion play right on point. He was able to get out of harm's way. It was my lobby, but only for, only to get to bite the dust once again. He had to get the inevitable diversion. The other side, they collapse and get that dispersion, rotation, pick up 2, and they should be able to get the 3rd. No, they don't. Valentina Bai able to survive the Last Insanity used by the IMU. Mulyu's the next one to get caught. They want to go for it. They have the Bravest Fighter. Vlad is there with his Zaman Force. He's dropping it down. He's dashing around. Not able to pick up the kill yet. The Lord is up, and oh my god, Satsujin reminding us why Lu Yi is one of the top mid laners in the current meta.
I agree here. He's been going up and down here with the diversion, making play after play, and these plays are what's putting MTB ahead. And just that he's that much big of a threat. He's putting Centauri in a point where they gotta watch out for every bush they check. They're putting them on their toes right now. They gotta watch out. Like you don't know if Satsujin's gonna go there, here to make. They're scared, so they gotta figure out something here.
Yeah, they gotta figure something out indeed, and the way that it's going about, MTB are the one with the answers, because let's be honest, Hockey, it's almost a near perfect game. They have all turrets standing. They lost only 1 kill, and that was Alexis early on in the game, where my lobby did some damage, and Kulak was the one to pick it up, so no kills on the side of Centauri Qeon. And they could be choking right now, because here we see another diversion play coming in on towards the top side. 4-man rotation, rather 3-man rotation, trying to catch somebody off guard. The Jeet Kune Do, the Way of the Dragon, along with the Flicker, can make the play. They have enough damage to burst, as well as the Lord is marching down the bot lane to get that turret as they get all tier 2s, and now looking to get the inhibitor.
There it is, they are indeed pressuring the inhibitor here. There it is, the tier 2 mid lane is taken out and pressuring the mid lane inhibitor passive, taken out in 10 minutes right now as we speak. And it looks like they're not gonna leave without taking a single inhibitor here. They're looking for the long fight here. And Method Black, they know they have the better comp here. They have the more farm, 8k ahead, and there it is, the 7 force coming into the last Insanity, but I think it was probably a bit too early. We'll have to retreat here, and that just gives a chance for CNQ to defend this Lord.
Yeah, they need CNQ to like crumble under the pressure, but Method Black are not applying it yet. They're waiting for the opportunity, exposing their wound, and then putting the pressure in to make sure they can do everything that's possible just to end it in one fell sweep. And the one to lead the charge will be Paxi QT 207 on this KDA. And I think he's having a great game on this show alongside Satsujin 009. Yeah, he didn't get any kills, but he's the one that's making these plays along with Paxi QT with the diversion, with the rotation and dispersion. Look at that, the recall taunts coming out, showing that they are here to dominate the game. Game number 1 was just a lapse, but it's not going to happen in game number 2. At this point, they're just having fun, right, Hockey? At least show us some good emotes, guys. Come on.
They are having fun. And, they're gonna have fun when Paxi gets that show. So.
I mean, yeah, he's doing really well, though, no doubt about it. He's making his presence felt. Just when in the mid game, I was reiterating myself. He needs to make his presence felt, and he did that at the right time. He got the way of the dragon. I think it's just too much for them to deal with at this point. They're freezing out the waves, trying to get CNQ to come out and apply pressure just in time for the Lord, as it is a Luminous Lord right now. Yeah, and they're trying to melt that as fast as they can with the Zaman Force as well.
They could melt it. They could also wait for it on later as soon as Many Waves gets up, and there it is, and now they can have Lord later on. But the diversion play coming in, unfortunately, for Alexis doesn't come in there. But my lobby catches on pretty quick and is able to turn time.
Hey, he missed the bus, bro. He missed the bus to get the diversion up top. And Alexis, my guy, you got to get the ticket. You got to pre-book it, Make sure you'll get your slot there. Just like you guys should get your slot in the MESL. Make sure to join the Discord link in the description, in the chat, to make sure you get your squad and registered for the Mobile Legends European Seasonal League. And now, though, we are in the MEC Season 3 upper bracket finals. Game number 2, CNQ had game number 1. Method Black looking to seal the deal here as the Lord is marching down the top lane. Hockey, and it's a luminous one.
It's a pretty tough lure. This is a pretty tough lure to defend, especially when you're 10k behind in farm, and they already have so much damage with the Liu Yi, the export, the Hearth, and now the fight's coming in. Mulius in trouble with the wave. Dragon taken out here by Vlad, and they're still looking for more. And you should take it up from here to Chronos.
Yeah, and look at that. I mean, Eerie has the hard guard on him. Speedy light wheels as well, but the double kill from Vlad is there on time after Zaman Force. He gets my lobby, he gets Mulio. Now he's looking for the third Zaman Force drop once again. What can they really do? They gotta run for the life. Indeed, call an ambulance, because right now they need that one. They all get burst down. That's a full 5-man wipeout. Method Black making a comeback. And right now, taking up game number 2 to make sure the reverse sweep is on the cards. 1-1 score in the upper bracket semifinal. Upper bracket finals. And what a way to make a statement. Give them their comfort heroes, and you're gonna see them shine.
Their gameplay was so good to the point where it made my camera choppy. I'm gonna say that. But well played to MTB, dominating that second match, and my camera is still just as choppy as ever. I think I might have to fix that. Thank you, MTB. But apart from that, we are getting close now to a game. This is where both teams will have to play on their best now. This is where they have to seal the deal.
Yeah, and look at that. Right now, I've take a look back at game number 2. It was a really good one, and the MVP going to Logical, they didn't really lose anything except for Alexis, and it was early on in the game. And he's kind of supposed to be countered by my lobby, right? That's something you mentioned, right, Hockey? Like, this Esmeralda is basically supposed to counter the entire team of MTB, but Logical being the difference maker with this Xborg and was there every single time. And of course, Paxi QT setting his team up for success with the Jeet Kune Do, the Way of the Dragon, and then also, let's not forget, the no choppy camera anymore.
Hey, I fixed it right now as we speak, so. But yeah, no more choppy camera. Apart from that, well played to the side of MTB. I mean, on paper, it kind of looked like CNQ's draft was tougher here. Getting the Esme pick almost looked like it sort of sealed the deal. But once again, MTB did show us like, nope, we have our picks, we have our Cho, we have our Lo Yi. We're not gonna let anything counter that, and they did prove it, and they did dominate throughout from early to late game.
Yeah, and it came down to how they wanted to snowball from the early game, using the diversion whenever they could, making the difference, and it was just too much for them to deal with. And I think especially when it came to the diversion play along with the Jeet Kune Do, they're just waiting for the opportunity, and CNQ just didn't really know where to go about it. And especially Muliu, I feel like he had a great game number 1, but wasn't able to translate and transform that, carry that on to game number 2. So definitely we'll be looking for some more confidence right now. So unless and until, they leave the Fredrin open once again, we saw what he can do on the Fredrin, but the MVP has to be Logical, right? The way that he played, kills 3, 0 deaths, 10 assists. My guy was there all around the map.
Yeah, that's an X-Borg for you. He's able to clear, he's able to participate, and he's able to poke as much as he likes. And he did prove it here on the X-Borg. He was everywhere, less insanity from top to bottom. He truly deserves that MVP. Amazing performance here.
Yeah, and not just that, he also goes and makes sure that his health is doing okay, right? You saw those guns come out right from his arms. That is really good one. And but speaking of what are good and what is not, what is good is the MEC season 3. What's better is the upcoming MESL, folks. Make sure, once again, I'm gonna repeat this time and again, to make sure to join the Discord server. Make sure you join, make your friends join as well, because the MESL is something that's gonna be really great and possibly an opportunity for you to be on the international stage.
Make sure you go
Possibly,
check it out.
possibly.
Don't disappoint Chronos. You should go check it out, or I'm gonna be very sad.
Just make sure you're there, guys. And right now, now when we're going to game number 3, right, Hockey, game 1 was kind of a domination from CNQ, absolutely well played. Game number 2, domination from MTB. Now game number 3, though, I would say CNQ played really well, but the momentum is on the side of MTB. So how will they be able to translate that momentum on towards their comfort picks? Because we've seen Paxi QT on this show now. They've revealed their cards. And will they ban out the Cho or will they ban out the Lo Yi?
I think they could possibly go for the Cho. The Cho was the one who was most troublesome, but also Lo Yi, they could just ban both, to be honest, at this point. Because Satsujin on that Lo Yi, he was making diversion plays and putting Oh, we have received some news, and I think we have to wrap it up here since our streamer unfortunately has a unfortunate event. But we're not over yet, because you can still check out the stream on Radicalish channel. Thank you guys for watching here, but the third match, unfortunately, it's a cliffhanger from here. You're gonna have to go watch it on Radical.